As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Hi, it's Friday night. Again? The 31st episode. Holy shit, these numbers are adding up. Isn't that crazy how that happens? Like, I can't even imagine what fun would be like at episode 50 or episode 100 or 500. It just feels cool to have 31 episodes right now. This is awesome. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm guessing a good amount of you caught FNT, or if not, you should absolutely catch the replay because Razor Fist was on, and I caught about an hour and a half of it, and dude was killing me. Straight up killing me. Absolutely hilarious. So hopefully you guys caught that. If not, catch the replay. I'm going to make sure I catch the rest of it because, I mean, it's Razor Fist. How do you go wrong? Seriously. But I see 0 Hour, JM Cruz, what's up? Principal the Low-Key Furry, hail all. Amen Fates up all. D. Bud Martin, hail everyone. Mr. Dragon, hail. What's up, Mr. Dragon? All right, I'll bring in the boys here. The Egyptian God.
Hail, how's it going, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good night.
Yes. How you doing, dude? How's your week been?
Good, actually. Busy, as always, which is the best way to have a week. You don't want to be sitting back and, relaxing too much. You want to have everything going on and, people to save, things to do, groceries to buy.
Yes. Grocery, very important stuff. Very, very domestic.
And comic
living.
books, absolutely.
Yes, and comic books. Yes, and we'll be talking about that. We're going to be intertwining it with a certain overlooked holiday. So we'll get into that. We're going to bring in the other boys and the veteran of comic books. He also is, some call him Ben Grimm, and he has some catchphrase about it's clobbering times.
Sometimes I even say clobberonimo. Well, sometimes. What's up, buddies?
What's up?
Yeah, just started spreading the word a little bit here.
Awesome.
Another Friday night.
Thank you. Yes. So, Clobber, how's that show with Retro Blasting? I saw you got him back on.
Oh, God, yeah. It was great fun, as always. Michael's the best. This is like our sort of like 10 years of doing this with him now. We've done so many shows, and we'd never done one on Doctor Who until now. So that was a lot of fun. Because I miss being able to actually go hang out with him in person. It's been a few years, so just streaming with him and stuff is the best. He's a great guy, great friend. Of course, he has a fantastic channel, but more than that, he is a very dear friend, a real life friend, as they say, which is a strange terminology, I know, but it is used because of what social media is, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, my friend.
He's fantastic, and it was just so much fun. I hope everyone else enjoyed it as much as we did. Just talking some Doctor Who that we love on this, right at this anniversary, 58 years. Even though, well, whatever you think of the last many years, it was 50 years of the first 50 years were pretty damn good.
Nice, dude. Glad to hear. No, as per usual, you're killing it, man. I love it. Don't stop. All right, keep it going. And of course, we got another man coming back to the comic shop talk. He's been away from here for a few weeks, but he is always welcome back. He is another builder of things, but usually he likes his toys really big, like really big. He is the Iron Caster.
Friends.
What's up, dude? Nice to see you here. Thank you for coming back.
Oh, it's always fun. It's one of my favorite places to hang out. Though
nice.
you pointed out to me. I didn't realize that next week would be 32.
Oh my god! I didn't even realize that you caught that before me. Oh, great! We'll do something big. We'll have to do some ridiculous for next week. I don't know what, but we'll do some ridiculous.
As I suspected, 32 weeks. Flavor Flavs.
32. You are a young feller, man. I can't remember that far back.
Dude, I've just been lucky. I've been able to build the way I've had for 30.
Wait a minute, you're going to be 32, Nick, or is Iron Caster now, or both of you?
I'm 34.
Oh my God,
he's literally 32.
Well, my daughter's 34, and my son is 32. Thanks a lot, kids.
I don't remember 34.
could
That's
be
a
my
couple of
youngsters.
decades ago.
You guys could be my kids, and let me tell you something. You could do a lot
Yes.
worse because you would even be geekier if possible. No, I don't know. Mine are my geeks, but I don't know.
Dude,
I would have raised you as the Padawan geeks.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. Hey, Killy Chow.
I would have been
Team
honored, by the way.
Canadian. Oh, dude.
Roll
I'm
Tide,
glad
Keith.
you
Have
did
such
not.
fun, fellas. Yeah.
It would have been an honor.
Ruben Christopher Haynes. What's up, Ruben? Nice to see you. Tehillim 29. That's very foreboding and foreshadowing. Zax. What's up, Zax? Nice to see you here. So I see we got a lot of awesome gentlemen in this panel here. And guys, I'm glad we got the dudes here because there tends to be a very overlooked, moment in time. And it's this thing called International Men's Day.
We're men.
We're
men.
men.
We're men in tights.
And it's one of those things where it's just like, wow, I actually had forgotten it was a thing until I had found out. I'm like, oh crap, because comics division said so. I was like, oh damn, he's right. I looked into it and I'm like, wow, how does this get so like under the radar? It's one thing if it doesn't hit like, I guess it's like mainstream waves, but it feels like even if it feels so much more underground, buried. It's not even like a thought. But we're here to celebrate it, comic book version style. And I feel like this can be interpreted many ways, whether it's like the toughness or badassery of a character, maybe a solidified bromance of cool characters, or maybe it's just some dude who can get all the lays, like Spider-Man looking at you, Peter Parker. Look, or even Matt Murdock. Even isn't that funny how a blind guy can do all that? So yeah, that's what we're gonna celebrate International Men's Day here, comic book style. So
Sure.
yes,
Well, that's good. The manly toxic stuff. Philbo, you're still a lot younger than me, buddy.
Philbo, you old guy, man. Jeez.
Younger than
That's
me,
almost
sir.
retirement age, 52.
I can't remember 52. That's how old I am, buddy. But Keely Chow, an insincere
Zax.
roll to tie to you. An insincere roll tide to you, that is. I can't be sincere saying that.
Nah.
Sorry.
I think Zax is following me, man. There's got to be a stalking law or something because every chat I go into, Zax is there to say hello. So shout out to Zax, man. It's great to see you.
Zax is a Hulk villain, after all.
Yeah, Zach's one of those guys I see everywhere.
Look at Just
and
Joe.
half the time, if I'm at work, I don't ever get a chance to really say too much in the chat beyond hello or hey, happy Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
I use a lot of 5 characters: HAIL and an exclamation mark. Hail.
Just Joe 47, hail, sir. And Small Time says, hail, every day is Men's Day. So much oppression. That's hilarious.
And D. Bud Martin, Avon lives. Good to see you,
Avon
brother.
lives. Avon
What's up,
lives.
Rudy? Nice to see you here. And Matthew Pounder, evening to you. And Mr. 29 says, International Men's Day. According to the UN and WHO, the only men are... Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna get to it.
No. Watch something macho today, though. Tomorrow.
Zax, yeah. Jerry, I am sure Sherry will be here soon. So just hang in there,
I hope
stay
so.
in the shadows, and she'll be here.
All right. So I guess I'll break the ice, and we'll just kind of go with the flow from there. So I like going back to this particular DC Comics storyline. This originally came out from the Rebirth run, and I've spoken about it quite a few times here on the Comic Shop Talk. And it's just something I've gone back to again just because of its family wholesomeness, and that would be from Peter Tomasi and Jorge Jimenez, the Super Sons book right here. Yeah, When I Grow Up. And, this is the only story I've read in DC lore where I've been able to appreciate Damian Wayne. Every other time, I can't stand
I
him.
hate him.
Exactly. But then this story does. I don't know if it's just like it's like he's got like another kid to balance him out, and they have that dialogue with each other where they're always about trying to one up each other, and they get how like kids that kind of nitpick about like the most nitpickiest of things, like Robin will be like, oh, it's the adventures of Robin Superboy, and then John will beg, why'd you say your name first? And then Damien will be like, oh, well, it's because I'm older. Then John like, well, I'm taller. Then Damian like, shut up. Like, they got the sass towards each other. And
Right.
it's so great that I think maybe it's something about Damian being with a farmer suburban boy like John that balances him out, makes him more likable because you see the contrasting behaviors between the two, and you see them breaking the curfew and see what happens when they make their dads mad. So it's a very fun, wholesome story, not dark at all. Like this could honestly, I feel like this could have been at times all ages, and I just enjoy the wholesomeness of it, really, and
Nick?
there's a good amount of action too.
I'm sorry, bud. I was just going to tell you, you know what I think it is? And I have not read that book, but you and many others that I respect and admire really like it. And I'll tell you this, I have read other stuff by Peter Tomasi, and it's simply this. The great Alan Moore, nut though he is, once said, he didn't believe they're bad characters or bad writers. And it just goes to show, as much as I can't stand Damian, a good writer is the key here. A good writer can do anything with a great character, or even a character that no one likes. If the right guy comes along, Tomasi, I mean, he's no Alan Moore or anything like that, but he's a good writer.
He's solid. He
And
gets the job done.
He can, he can make you at least like a story with a character that you may not like.
Yes.
So I think that's what all that comes down to, is not just simply Damian, but the writer. Without that, you got nothing.
Yeah.
Does that volume have the Christmas story? With
That
them
would be
getting
the one shot. That was a one shot. I think that was with volume 3. There is a collected edition for
Okay.
those who want on Amazon where it's got issues 1 through 16. And it's got the annual. What I love about the annual, it's Crypto and a bunch of the other like Justice League type of animals getting together. And there's hardly any dialogue the entire issue. It's just all animal noise nearly the entire
Nice.
issue. It's once again, and that's one and done story. Like it takes place in the continuity, but it goes off into its own little adventure. And it's just, once again, it's super fun. You just you feel good when you read it. I love seeing stories like these where I feel good and I'm just like, this could be like a coming of age type of movie or anime movie. This would have made a good coming of age type of story. I think that would be in the, I guess you could say, movie genre that would be into superhero / coming of age. And
Yes.
it's something fun to come back to. Let's see these kids who are trying to they want it up to being their dad's predecessors, but they're kids. They're going to make reckless, irresponsible decisions. And go ahead. Someone want to say something?
Oh no, I would disagree with you. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And well, I did say that what someone mentioned there, yes, before Bendis came in there and ruined it for him. Everyone was liking. They just unceremoniously dropped, I think, that title just so that they could let Bendis come in and screw up little Jonathan Kent and stuff. DC can't get out of their own way. They're terrible.
No, and that was a tragedy because I was really enjoying this book. You had the 16 issues, you had the annual with Crypto and the other animals, and you also had the one shot, which was there's the Christmas special, and you also had the Super Sons Dynamite crossover when they were doing the whole DC and Hanna-Barbera crossovers. Their one was with Dynamite, and that was a really once again, that was another story filled with heart and emotion. And I just remember reading, I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a really powerful story, and they still kept it within the confines of who all the characters were. So for anyone who's watched the Dynamite cartoon, you can still hear their voices when you read that. So Peter Tomasi gets extra points for still nailing the Hanna-Barbera. Rudy right here saying, love Dynamite. Yeah.
I remember Tomasi stuff in the even back in the 90s for Valiant. I think thought he was a pretty good writer. But what's funny is Matthew Pounder admits he remembers the original Super Sons. Boy, do I ever remember those as well, buddy. Bob Haney. One day I'm planning to do a whole show about Mr. Continuity. Bob Haney. It will be hilarious. But go ahead.
No, you're good, man. But I love stories that are told. These guys they're total romances, even though there's things about each other that drive them nuts, which is for me what in real life, a lot of the guys who I know in my life, we can all bust each other's chops over things that drive us crazy about them, but at the end of the day, we're still friends. We always have those weird traits like, dude, why are you into like I know Club, you mentioned about you and Mark C, you guys would clash about John Byrne. But at the end of the day, you guys would still be best friends, even though you could be giving each other shit 1 minute before. And that's I get that vibe reading the story. It reminds me of the friendships I had growing up. And I don't know if that's like Tomasi going through life experience and translating that to his story, or just him knowing how to just really work around teenage characters. But writing teenage characters is tough because the dialogue could come off really, well, bad, cheesy. It could come off like an adult trying to write the sound like a teenager, but it really does feel like it sounds like, kids talking, which I love. That makes me appreciate a writer who can do it, because kids' dialogue, kind of like with movies too, very, very make or break. And I see a Giant Slayer in the chat. What's up, George?
Hello, George.
George. What's
It's
up,
great to see you, George.
Man.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Nick. I mean, that is true about the dialogue. You know what calls to mind the closest of relationships that remind me of that, like, from someone who has not read that yet, is the relationship between Peter Parker and Johnny Storm, which is one of my favorites. I love Spidey and the Torch.
Yes, that's another one.
Has been one of the great ones of those two. Those two are so different. They fight so much, but they're also best buds, and sometimes they need to talk to each other. They'll sit on top of a building in their costumes and talk and stuff. Yeah, I always like that.
I think that's probably one of the greatest friendships in comic books, actually. Johnny Storm, Peter Parker one.
Peter Parker and Johnny Storm as roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was done. It was done later. Look, you know how much I can't stand Dan Slott. But before he turned to complete crap, he wrote a great miniseries in the early 2000s called Spider-Man Human Torch.
Yep.
And it's went through the various eras, like 5-6 issues of their relationship and friends. But even better than that was Untold Tales of Spider-Man yearbook number 96 with Kurt Busiek writing it with Mike Allred art, where it took place before Reed and Sue were married. Sue was pissed off at Reed for something, and Spider-Man was pissed off at Johnny for embarrassing him, doing something stupid to him. So he goes and asks Sue out for a date, and she's pissed at Reed, so she accepts. So Johnny just goes to the Submariner and says Spider-Man has kidnapped Sue. From there, hilarity ensues, and it was great. The way they used to treat each other. I mean, he loved to torture Ben, meaning Johnny, but I think he liked to torture Spidey just as much.
I love the 60s. It's kind of funny because I love that adversarial relationship between him and Ben Grimm, and also with him and Peter
that's
Parker.
Another good one.
Johnny Storm is just such a great character. Yeah.
Yes. I love that. They felt like two brothers who will not let go of anything.
Oh, they were horrible to each other in the best of way.
Yeah.
Thought, do you ever remember that Marvel fanfare issue that Barry Windsor Smith did it? It was just Marvel fanfare was always like filler stories that they were made in a series of, and it was all about Johnny and the Torch fighting.
Yep.
I mean, fighting, not a battle, being crappy to each other.
You mean Ben and Johnny? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Ben and Johnny. Sorry, yes.
Yes, I know that Marvel fanfare. Wow. I have a handful of those issues downstairs. Those are some great stories. But it's just funny because that's some of the things that I think we're missing in comic books today is that whole banter between Ben and Johnny and Matchstick and the name calling and it's like brothers, right? It's the older brother who's the serious one versus the younger brother who's the troublemaker. That stuff, I love that whole family kind of theme that was in the Fantastic Four issues, especially the first probably 150 issues.
One of the moments that kind of really sticks out for me, and I think one of the first issues of the Jonathan Hickman run on Fantastic Four, it was Franklin Richards' birthday, and who was Franklin most excited for, much to Johnny's disappointment?
Ben.
Peter. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Because he's Spider-Man, yes. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, Nick, you were talking about the International Men's Day. We would talk men's stuff. Well, what's better than that than superhero friendships between men?
That's a great stream idea, actually.
Superman,
the best
Batman,
friendships in comic books.
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about that for a while, actually. Superman, Batman, of course. We already got Ben and, so we have Johnny.
You got to have Hal Jordan and Ollie.
Ollie is a great
yeah.
I gotta ask you, how's the Booster
too,
Gold?
Yeah. Barry and Hal. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry. Ironcaster. Sorry, I interrupted.
Booster Gold and Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
I have not. I did get the number 4 this week. I have not read it, unfortunately, yet.
I haven't read number 4 yet either. I've got it too. It's sitting on my stack.
I did enjoy 1 and 2. 1 kind of just feels like they're just kind of killing the time, but it's entertaining killing the time, but nothing really happens. 2 is when
Right.
you realize, okay, this is what's going on. And then
And
3 is
3
like,
was okay.
yeah, and then
I've
3 is
actually been
okay.
disappointed in that, Nick. I've actually been kind of disappointed in that because I was thinking, Justice League International hijinks, but I haven't really
Mhm.
got that yet.
I enjoyed 1 and 2, wasn't so sure about 3. So, like I said, even though not much really happened, 1, it's just really them just kind of, being the dudes. Nothing really happens, but you obviously, maybe it's just the way of, breaking the ice. Then 2 is where things really kick off. And then 3 is just like, no, it's like, it's not bad. Like, it's fun. It is fun. Like, and once again, it's very well self contained within its own range where you don't have to worry about other things just to, like, say, okay, I get the story. Like, you can just see it as is. I do appreciate that aspect. I really do. But yeah, 3 was just kind of all right. So I'm still optimistic about number 4 though. So we'll see. I'm curious about it. It's another one. With Spidey and the Torch. I mean, you want to talk about shameless toxicness? You got those
Oh, yeah.
two. Johnny will always be, hey, let's see what girl I can get type of thing. So that was always his spiel. But before we elaborate, I Wadsworth has sent me some money. I guess I have to be that guy, and I have to do this.
Happy International Men's Day.
Hey, Nick,
What's up?
you guys talk about Booster and Beetle, that great friendship. I think that was directly taken from an earlier friendship between the Beast and Wonder Man, Simon Williams and Hank McCoy in the Avengers. It's just
In the
like
Avengers
that.
comic. Yep.
I love that relationship between them. That was hilarious. I think
80s.
that was kind of taken from it, don't you think, Thoth? Because they were always
Yes.
getting into trouble together.
Yep, absolutely. And that was the Odd Couple. They were kind of like the Odd Couple, right? Yeah,
I love them in that book.
that
Hold
was an interesting Avengers lineup too, right? You had
Oh, it
Wonder
was.
Man, you had,
Yeah.
and Tigra was in there too. I think later
Even
on.
Before
and-
that, in the 70s, though, they were when they started hanging out. But yeah,
that's right. Yes. Oh,
I love those.
Hey, Wadsworth. I saw you sent me $5. Thank you very, very much for that. And because you sent that money, I was able to give you that one clip. And I see Bryce Day here says Ghostbusters 10 out of 10. We'll watch again. Wow. Hey, glad you enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it too.
I did too. I love it.
Probably be talking about it later tonight on the lounge later. But yeah, it was great. I was happy. My girlfriend was happy too. And dude,
Me too.
it was just nice to come out of the movie feeling good. I was just like,
I forgot
wow,
what that feels like, buddy. Forgot
right?
what that feels like.
We're so used to like feeling all deconstructed and like down about things, but this just really just it was just like, wow, I'm happy. Like I felt like better about my life. And that's what we should when you want to come on a movie, like you want to like to say, oh, I want to see what happens with this character, that character. And I was already invested in one of the kids. Like I'm like, I hope I see more of a particular podcaster. I'll just say that. So I'm like, I'm sure it's obvious why I would cling on to that, but it's just like, he's like, it's just funny how in movies they make those type of characters, aka the conspiracy theorists, the ones who are right, but in the real world they're the most super demonized. Is that funny how that works?
Yes. I really enjoyed it. And I was especially the last half hour, like everyone else.
Oh, dude, I felt that straight up. That was feelings. I'll admit
It
it was
gives me
feelings.
hope that Dan Aykroyd would watch my channel.
He might.
Oh yeah,
I
right.
think he does watch your channel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he does. I thought I heard some news about he was a big fan of the Ironcaster.
Yeah,
I was
I've
like,
seen him talk. I've heard that.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'll be honest. That's one of the first movies that my wife and I have discussed actually going back to the theater to see
Wow.
because she's a big Ghostbusters fan and she's a normie. She's not which is funny because we're true loves. We're like that one halves of a whole. Each of us, we're very much happily married, and so it's funny that I'm more the pop culture stuff, but and she's the more romantic comedy stuff. But she said that, yeah, like Ghostbusters, that would be a good one to go to. We could go to the theater together and watch that. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. We're talking about maybe going tomorrow and seeing it.
Well, if you're a fan, I don't know if you're a fan of the old one or not, but
Oh,
I
absolutely, I am.
You might enjoy it.
So
I love it.
I want.
There
yeah,
is
I
no
wound up-
Dana, only Zool.
I wound up skipping the Global Geek Gang yesterday so I could go make a 4 o'clock screening of it. Sorry about that, Clobby, but
That's all right. Are you a Doctor
it
Who
was for
fan?
the Ghostbusters.
Priorities, right?
It was a Doctor Who special, so I don't even know if you're a Doctor Who fan. So
Yeah, it's like I'm like, oh, I wanted to make that, but I'm like, I really
I
want
got you. Well,
to
that's
go
cool,
catch
man.
it as
Look,
soon as possible.
I went right after it. I went trying to find. Mark D with the C was trying to find. AMC Theaters had that Ecto One popcorn thingy on only available the first day, but they didn't have it at mine. Of course, they didn't know anything about it, so I was kind of bummed. Yeah, I wanted to go get that for him. I was going to wait to see the movie the next day, but they didn't have it. I went out there because he couldn't go yesterday to look for it. And so I wanted to help him, and he couldn't find it anywhere. It was like $40, and it was a real beautiful thing. Tom got it.
Wow, $40.
Yeah, but it's really nice. Now it's like going for stupid money on eBay. But anyway, he was able to go get it today, fortunately. But he could. We thought it was only one day they were going to sell it. Turns out, no. He was able to get it just this morning. But I went looking for that, and I said, you know what? I may as well go watch it because I want to watch it anyway. And I was not displeased. I was going to go at one point. I'm there. What hell? First day.
All right.
Day, so.
I got to read this to you guys. So I tried zooming on it, but it wouldn't let me. So I'm just going to read it to you guys. So obviously, I'm going to read this letter that was written by a certain someone, and then you're going to realize why I'm reading this. To the gracious and generous people of the city of Woodstock, let me say thanks for the hospitality that you extended to us during the making of Groundhog Day. Without the tremendous amount of cooperation and genuine neighborliness exhibited by you and others like you, this film could not have been made. It is not often that an entire community takes us into both their homes and their hearts. I hope that when you see the movie, you will enjoy seeing Woodstock on film and delight in the knowledge that people all over the world get to enjoy your hometown as well. We certainly have enjoyed it, and we feel very privileged to have been able to share with you. Thank you for everything. Signed, Harold Ramis. This was at my theater. This thing on the wall. This was at my theater on the wall, right across from when we got Ghostbusters. This was on the wall. What are the dude? Right? I could like we get out of the theater and I'm ready to refill my slushie. I'm like, Stella, what's that? What's that thing over there? We look. I'm like, are you kidding me? I had to take a photo of this. That was talk about fate. We were at the theater where in the area where they shot Groundhog Day. So yeah, that's Harold Ramis' signature.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, that was all that note was written by Harold Ramis to the town of Woodstock. So and we happened to be at the theater out there for it. So I felt pretty awesome about that. I had to share that. That was like a cool bragging right. Like holy crap. So and man, I'm still feeling the feel. Did you guys catch the after credit scenes?
Oh, who didn't? Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Just making sure.
Nowadays, everyone's well. There were a couple of people that only had 4. Like maybe 10 some odd plus people at the theater when I saw it yesterday. It's pathetic. It's a shame.
Yeah,
but
right.
They all knew to stay.
Good, as they should.
Like half my theater, mind you. I saw this in IMAX, but it was like we had maybe 10 people in there at a 4 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like half the theater all left.
Wow, shame on them. They don't.
And then 3 of the other people left, and I whipped up my phone as soon as the credits came out. I'm like, all right, let's see how many post credit scenes are there. So I at least did my research.
Yeah, but you just gotta expect it now. So they're going to do that on any kind of a pop culture type of film like that. There's going to be something after it, even if you don't.
Right.
I didn't know. I just waited to see.
No, nowadays you just don't know. It's just like you might as well just see what's going on because, well, why not? And yes, who was it that said it here? Philbo Baggins. I need me that Hysieto core, dude. Me too. I really need it so bad. And Hydro PL27. What's up, Hydro? Seeing you come around the streams this time twice this week. Thank you for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, look at that shirt. Wow,
I know, right?
Nice,
That is a very badass. Yeah, and thank you for coming by. We're celebrating International Men's Day, and I feel like that's a very appropriate photo for celebrating Duff Holiday of the International
Clearly,
Men's
Nick, you're
Day.
hyped for that brand new Warner Brothers Super Smash Brothers game.
Dude.
It's good to see Tehillim 29 here too. A shout out to you.
Right? He's come from the land of the Aussie too. So hail to Australia.
10-4.
Yeah. So okay, I want to ask you guys, and this is an interesting one. I mean, maybe Johnny Storm wins this one, but I do feel like who is the pimp of the pen? Peter Parker, Matt Murdock, or Johnny Storm? Because let's not forget, even though he's a blind guy, there's something about what he does that he's magnetized. He is super magnetized. He's even had a blind girlfriend. He's obviously had Elektra. He's had Karen Page. He had Typhoid Mary. And of course, I know he had later on, he had another one, Kirsten, as well. Like, he's had randos as well. Like,
Elektra.
Elektra.
How could you not? Right, Robbie, how could he
Elektra,
not
dude.
have Elektra in that list?
A Black Widow, Elektra. I mean,
Yeah, Black Widow too. Yeah, and so I guess the point is, in case like, who's the ultra toxic male between the three? The
Johnny.
You
Johnny.
still think Johnny? What's Johnny's?
he's had
resume?
terrible luck though.
Yeah.
Well,
Terrible
Crystal.
luck. Crystal, and then Frankie.
Yeah,
Crystal.
I'm torn between
he
Johnny
loses
and
Frankie
Matt.
Nova.
He loses
Frankie
Crystal
Nova.
to Quicksilver. Then he loses Frankie to Galactus.
Frankie Ray. Yeah.
I mean, he lost a girl to Galactus, dude. That means you lost a girl to God.
Well, Galactus does have big appetites.
He does.
He needs all the hot chicks.
And then they had to make him that horrible disgrace for a while there, where we thought he was with Alicia, which really made me sick and wanted to grow up.
Yeah,
And
that
at
was a
least
bad storyline.
They turned it into a scroll, which doesn't fix anything. It was disgusting. Byrne, Englehart, I'm looking at you. It was
Yeah, I hate
absolutely
John Byrne.
revolting.
Some guys are
Me
saying
too.
Daredevil here. Rudy's saying Daredevil.
Yeah, I'd
Johnny
say
had the
so.
ego. And then Dark Shadows says Matt Murdock, he
I
fights
don't know.
blind. And he stood toe to toe against Wolverine and he survived. That shows his
Peter-
balls are still fight. But let's not forget
Peter did pretty
Spider-Man.
good though.
You got Betty Brant. You got obviously Gwen. You got Mary Jane, Felicia Hardy.
But that's only for Spidey. She didn't care about Peter, did she?
That's
But you're
right.
It's true.
You're right.
But I was going to
Peter
put
Parker's got a long list of broken hearts.
That's true. He does have
Mhm.
more. Like it's so
But
it's just like
but ultimately he's got MJ. So hashtag save Ginger.
Yes, and she's fantastic. So
She
yeah,
is
look,
fantastic. So that's it. Peter Parker is eliminated
that's a
from the
trail right
list.
there. Yes, I mean with MJ. I mean again, that is a nice track record. Although, he has some tragedy there as well. But so does
Well,
Matt.
and-
Matt had tragedy.
If you listen to Campia, there's a reason why Peter Parker keeps all the girls, right? Because you got to keep an eye on the
Toby's,
light
yeah.
side of his D there. That's
Oh my
On
that-
his web shooter.
Yeah, and still that's true. Rudy.
poor
Still-
Campia, man. He's never going to live that down. I
Yeah,
feel
what a
bad for him.
dummy. He's an idiot
What a
for saying
dummy.
that.
Why do
Yeah.
you go on and say that? I mean, come on. Got to look at his D. Come on.
What is wrong with you, dude? You know it's going to get all over the place. If you think you have enemies, don't say shit like that.
And he's
Oh,
got
my
lots of enemies.
He does. Wow, dude. What can you say? But there was a more delicate way to say it, if you'll pardon the
Yeah, true.
Yes, but it was pretty funny, man. Oh,
It was. I just laugh at it every time I hear it. Every time Gary puts it on too, I just kind of chuckle. But I still got to say, Johnny. Johnny's got the broken heart. He's the one that's never had really true love. I don't think you've
Yeah.
ever.
none.
He's.
Except he married that scroll. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
True,
come
yeah,
on.
he
That was
did
a
marry that
terrible
girl.
It
storyline.
was garbage.
He did.
In fact, I don't know who he's with later. I mean, other than that, he hasn't had near the romances that the other two had.
That's it. Annihilus?
Was he with the nihilist? I'm sure he'll be very
Well,
happy.
no.
with it.
I was throwing in a kind of a joke. But
I'm surprised they haven't, I'm really surprised Marvel hasn't done the 1-2 punch of one, made Johnny gay, and
They
two,
will.
hooked him with
Wait.
Iceman.
Oh, it's coming.
Wait.
Oh,
Well, he
yeah,
is
I was
flaming.
gonna say.
he is a
Yeah.
flaming torch, right?
Flame
the-
out.
that's a
Fruit.
1-2 punch, so they can go on about the steamy romance.
The flame on as per usual. It's only a matter of time. We know. Trust me, we know. We know.
But Nick, who in the Marvel universe aside from those three, do you think what had the best? Let's just say the best luck of it, the best times. Hey, culture.
Hey,
The
what's
best-
up, Culture Casino? He
Hey.
says, "Oops."
Hey, brother. Good
Yeah,
to see you.
That's what he votes on. That's what he votes on for International Men's Day.
Boobs.
Yeah, who had the best chicks aside from those three in Marvel? Because it's a whole other ball game with DC.
Oh, you got to go Logan. Logan's got,
Logan?
got for like 150 years. He's been going through
Explain.
gingers.
Yeah, but
That's true.
name drop. Do some name drop, Thoth.
Oh, Jean Grey.
Jean Grey,
Yuriko.
That's it.
Yuriko, but
Mic
fuck,
drop.
right?
So the ginger is the one ginger says it all.
Tony Stark, you could almost disqualify though.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
He didn't even really. He wasn't even really with Pepper. That's movie crap. He was barely with her. That was Happy Hogan that married her.
Say Tony's hooked up with She-Hulk.
What?
Don't. Yeah.
Really? Would you
That made me. You know what? That whole She-Hulk run and with Thor and everything. I dropped Avengers after that. I said, I've been an Avengers subscriber for decades, just like my Justice League subscription too. And when they started to screw around with She-Hulk and then you had
Yes.
Tony Stark and you had Thor and you had, I just went, yeah, I'm done, out, and that was it. I dropped it. I haven't been I haven't picked up an Avengers comic now in like 3 years.
Well, they're so lousy now.
You're not missing
in the
out.
2000s when they started being like an army and a wing of the government and all those extra titles and crap thanks to that idiot Bendis, it became terrible anyway.
Yeah. No, we don't need that madness. I want to ask Ironcaster, since you grew up obviously being a Marvel guy, which is the character that you were just like growing up, you're like, you know what? That's the man. That dude's the man.
Oh,
He's
Gambit.
the man. Gambit. What is it about Gambit that makes you feel like he's the man? I want to know what is it.
I mean, Gambit was always just kind of the cool kind of thief. He's it's like he always has the knowledge about all these underworlds, and he does. And there's a lot of style to the guy. There's all the cool throwing cards, and he can just like make things explode.
All right.
And
But
plus, he's got the
as
inside
time's
track
gone
on
on-
Rogue, right?
I've gone on to really appreciate Nightcrawler is currently my favorite X-Men.
Okay.
Oh,
gotta
you know
say,
what?
hate
I love
Gambit.
that classic miniseries, Nightcrawler, where they made him that swashbuckling kind of rogue with the swords. He has both double fisting and his tail going on with the cutlasses there, and that's a great series, man. That's probably, it's funny because that's probably in my top 10 miniseries of all time. That Nightcrawler miniseries. That's a good call out, man. I love that.
Ah, the Nightcrawler 4-issue thingy they did from the
Yeah, I
the
think they
80s and
just.
90s or whatever.
I don't know if it was Sideshow or somebody just announced like in the last couple of days a Nightcrawler statue with him in that garb with the cutlasses. It looks unbelievable. Yeah.
So you're telling me I have to buy this?
Yeah.
That
You know
was
what? I
fun.
kind of eyed it and I was like, yeah, I gotta buy Christmas presents or I can buy that Nightcrawler statue.
Oh yeah.
You know who was a Mac Daddy though? There, Nicholas.
Who was a Mac?
Surprise. Hank McCoy. When he was in his beast furry form in the 70s, the women would not leave him alone.
It's got to be the blue fur, man. It's got to be the blue fur.
I don't know if you remember.
I do.
He was a sex symbol, and he was a celebrity. And the women loved old Beast. I love Hank McCoy. I can't stand it when they turn him into Kitty Cat Beast in the 2000s. Screw you, Morrison.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hank
Philbo,
McCoy, I'm telling you, Beast.
That
They
was a
like the
different
furry
universe
dude.
Wolverine.
the Beast was a beast.
Yeah, I mean the women were all over him. Now, he didn't have any like well-known ladies that he had relationships with, but he and Wonder Man would go out, and Simon Williams, Wonder Man, they would go out. But actually, the best Mac Daddy's probably the Vision because he had Wanda. I mean,
Hashtag save gingers.
Save Gingers, brother.
Yeah, that's true. Vision Vision knows how to do it, even though he's not human. Isn't that funny how that works? Vision just he's I don't know how things work out, in that way, but I guess that's how much of a Mac Daddy Vision is, that he doesn't have to even worry about that. That's why he's so alpha. He doesn't. That's how alpha Vision is. No, I'm going to say Namor, because you know why? Because
just a sec though. I'm surprised Sentient Dildo hasn't chimed in here. It's too bad he's not in the chat, because he'd be right up there with Vision. Like he and Sentient Dildo have something in common.
He
Right?
is a Sentient Dildo.
Anyway, go ahead. Namor is the man. I love Namor.
What I gotta say about Namor is, because here's the thing, Namor is so alpha that we all know what Reed Richards can do with his abilities, and Namor isn't phased by it one bit. That should tell you everything about how alpha Namor is.
I hated that. Really, one of the things that really hated the most about Sue being the love triangle between the three of those always aggravated the hell out of me. It bothers me.
Why?
Because it just I love Namor as a character, but he's a total dickwad, and Reed's a good guy.
He's a total dickwad.
I'm just rooting for the
That's
good
why
guy.
he's a great character.
I know, but I'm just rooting for Reed. I just love Reed.
The Chad meme with Namor.
I'm like, I'm Ben Grimm, dude. I'm on Reed's side. That's why I hate him.
Yeah, I hear you, and I would agree to that too. Yeah, it's just like, God damn it, Namor, I hate you. Get out of Sue's way, damn it.
But I love Namor. It's a great character, but like, you can't blame him. Sue's fantastic. But, although you can understand why that would bother
Reed. Well, don't you think Reed? He's like, Namor. What? How are you not budging? Like, I'm Mr. Fantastic. Like that should be everything. And Namor's just like, I don't care. Like that's what Namor's like.
That's true. Cyclops is a dick, but I love Cyclops. He's my favorite X-Men. I know it's not popular.
Here's the thing with Cyclops, and I've always said this about with Cyclops. You gotta understand, he may not be. A lot of leaders have to make the tough calls, and they're not going to be always the guy who's liked for their decisions. They make the call that's best for people, regardless of what they want. He does it based on what they need, which is essentially good. And that's what good leaders do. They're not going to always make the popular decisions, and that's why Cyclops is a great leader. What's up, Godzillionaire? I see you here in the chat. Also, a certain Pablo has arrived.
Pablo!
Howdy how.
Oh, my goodness. Is your voice okay today, buddy?
Yeah, I was seeing Cowboy Bebop. Please don't
Oh,
do it.
No. I'll pass. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Is "oh no" the right response? Because I've seen like the clip of what they did with "quote unquote" Radical Edward.
Look what they did to my boy. Man, this is okay. Edward is supposed to be this girl that is quirky and is weird, but that on animation has a way to be presented.
Oh, damn, we lost Soth.
Man.
Oh, come back!
Oh, no, he said he'd be back.
Yes, he'll
I'll
be
stick with
back.
my
This is
copy.
just, man, everything is overacting. Everything is overacting. It's like going to a cosplay convention where you have to present yourself on the to the public to get a prize, and it's just like that. It feels like that, but with crappier effects, if that's possible.
Hearing that, I am terrified for what Netflix is going to do to One Piece.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. Dude, it'll be just as bad. It'll be worse, probably.
Yeah,
Cowboy Bebop is set and like normal looking, even though it's going to be supposed to be futuristic. The time period that is necessary to create the look like for One Piece, there's no way they're going to get that right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Netflix says they know that, like, if they see all the memes with, like, the animated version, the Netflix version with the suits, it's like they know they become the meme, and now they're just embracing it, which is not a good thing to be proud of. And Dark Shadow Logan here has this great comment. Namor knows the truth. There's one part of Mr. Fantastic's anatomy that can't stretch.
His nose? His nose, right? You're thinking you're talking about his nose, like Plastic Man and Mr. Dub. Oh yeah, Elongated Man likes his nose twitch. You're saying that, right? That his nose can't. I'm sure that's what he means.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Sure, yeah, we'll roll with that for conversation's sake.
So,
uh,
so to kind of, since I was seeing a little bit in the chat, I mean, so I'm a One Piece guy. That's another series I am a fan of, and most of the casting I don't have a problem with. Like, there's actually some good choices there. It's just that Netflix has a history, and there's no reason to be excited for anything they do.
Write it off now, buddy. It's just not.
Yeah,
gonna
right.
happen.
And this one was kinda easy. If you think about it, it's all about Americana. Cowboy Bebop is really about Americana. At the beginning of the series, you have this show that they see in television that is about this black man and this really, really busty babe, blonde babe, that do this sketch about being cowboys, trying to speak in broken Spanish, not in English, but Spanish. And that was perfect as a setup just to begin the series. Because that would have shown the spirit of everything. It's supposed to be a version of America in space that is
Sherry.
even crazier. Instead of that, we had something really lame, a bunch of discussions about giving presents to kids that doesn't exist in.
Hey, Sherry.
Oh man, this was just a disgrace.
It's gonna be bad, dude.
See, we don't need. Let's focus on Men's Day. Men's Day is so much. So Pablo, I'm not sure if you. Yes, right. Thank you, and happy Men's Day too. We were talking about before you got in here, before the destruction of unfortunate animes that are good, that Netflix likes to turn to shit. We've been talking about toxic characters. I know characters were just like, that guy's the man. And obviously, Thought said like I think he went with Logan because of Jean Grey, Ironcaster, with Gambit. But for me, I'm just gonna. I want to know where does Pablo say? What character do you see? Like, not that character makes me proud of being a man. What character does that for you, Pablo?
I will say is between Conan and Turok.
Ooh. Can you elaborate on
there's
both
a
of
dude
them?
that has
Elaborate, please.
Conan is Conan the Barbarian, right? He is just pure toxicity. He is this sweaty, muscly guy that will defeat everyone bare hands or with a sword or even with a stick. And if he's beating you with a stick, with an axe, with anything, you are done for.
Right. Yep.
So, yeah, so he is toxicity incarnate. He is war. He is just pure violence. So that's something that, if you see, maybe you have the futuristic that on Dread, but I will go with Conan. And Turok, man, he's a guy that literally hunts dinosaurs. What else can you say about an alpha male? It's just pure alpha. He goes to a T-Rex and he tries to kill him with a fucking knife. That's being a man.
Yeah, that is being a man. I like it. I like it a lot, Pablo. Oh, hey, look at Clobbering Times' this icon. I like
That's
that.
the real man of rock orange. Nobody's more of a man than Burton J. Grimm, the ever-loving bride thing, and Petunia's favorite nephew.
So
the ever-loving blue-eyed of millions. Sorry.
No, you're good. That was good. Klobby, who's the character? I mean, I think I know who it's going to be, but we're going to ask you, what character do you see? Like, you know what? That dude's the man.
The man's man. Well, listen, okay, we'll just qualify me from putting Ben Grimm there. We're just talking comics, of course, right? Let's just comics night. Let's take
comics. Comics night. Yeah, let's stick with
there's
comics.
So many of them,
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go with it, and Pablo's choices are fantastic, of course. I'm gonna go stay in the superhero realm and go obvious. I'm gonna go obvious on you folks. Batman is the man. Bruce Wayne or Bats, the international playboy who can do all these things, and yet this guy who could have horrible what happened to his parents, but most people, let's face it, after that's something like that happens, they get on with their lives. There's my second choice right there. Mark, do the same. But Batman, there it is. Goes on with his life.
To show it
That
again.
guy's
Oh.
Where's the popcorn?
Yeah,
I ate
right.
By the
I
way,
didn't get to
if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. It's just it is what we needed.
Now I want one. Damn it! I wish I'd have
Yeah,
found one.
right?
My
No,
IMCs didn't have it. So
I'm mad. I want one.
There's
well,
nothing
guys,
like that
I do have one extra one. I don't want you to fight over it, but
Hi,
all right, I'll
Claudia.
buy it from you.
Oh, there
let me
you
know
go.
who wants it. Yep.
That's
Clobby,
too
take
good.
it. Clobby, take it.
Well, I take
Yeah,
it.
Clobby.
No. Look, Bruce Wayne, dude. Instead, he decides to punish himself all of his life to train to war on crime. But to do that, you have to actually train yourself. Of course, it's a genius. But he puts himself through hell for it. And so by the time he gets to have to put on the show of being the International Playboy, he gets to one little compensation. He gets to go up, beat up bad guys, but he also gets to, in part of his disguise, necessitates that he gets to go out and get every chick in Gotham. Of course, he's had some unbelievably wonderful, great, gorgeous women like Selena, Silver St. Cloud, whom I always loved. And Vicky Vale was a redhead, so I love her for that. But also as Bruce Wayne, he just went around and, tagged it all out there, all the big, debutantes and all these celebrities and things like that. So if it gets much more toxic than Bruce Wayne getting to do it all, be the big hero, save all the lives, beat up the crap out of all the bad guys, and then just go with all the ladies and stuff, I don't know who it does. So I know it's an easy choice, but Batman's the man when it comes to being toxic on International Men's Day. International Batman's Day.
I love it. Well said, Clobby. All right, well, I guess I'm going to partake. I mean, I'm a little conflicted. I'm guess between Spidey and Daredevil. And why Spidey? Because, well, the thing is, he has this whole thing to him because of his whole mantra of power and responsibility. And he could literally be on date with the girl that every guy in school wants to be with. But if something comes up, he's got to tend to being a superhero. And, those type of girls are used to not being, ignored by anyone ever. And as soon they're like, Peter, where do you got to go that needs you to just leave the movie halfway into the movie? I got to go, like type of thing. Obviously, it's a figurative example, but it shows you like, he just the fact that he's willing to skip that. That's like something that would make Mad Mardigan proud. That's something that would make Mad proud. He's like, yeah, he skipped her so he can go be a superhero. Now that's real heroics. That's a Mad Mardigan thing. And he carries that mantra in every way, shape, or form, even when it comes down to moments like that. Because there are some times where a dude can get tested. And it's kind of like, well, do I do this or do I do that? And a lot of dudes take, I guess you could say, the path of least resistance. But Spider-Man takes the path of far greater, far greater resistance. It's not good. Sometimes he comes back with a torn up suit, bruised up, and Aunt May wonders what happened to him. So I'd have to say Spider-Man is definitely the man for that. The fact that he's willing to sacrifice it all in the mantra of power and responsibility. Now, Daredevil, you got a guy who trained since he was a youth by stick, of course, and he's learning these abilities. But he totally like, hey, you know what? I got these abilities, but I could totally rock at being a blind guy. I'm going to make him interested in me. And he does it. And he's suave and he's calm and cool about it. And then they learn how much of a tortured soul he is. But the problem is they've already invested in Matt. They see the blind guy. So he's already got them lured in. I see that. I'm just like, he's the man. Matt Murdock is the man for that. And of course, no, there's quite a resume too. Because even Peter Parker as well, too. So you look at the resumes there, like, okay, that dude's the man. That dude's the man. So,
Man,
that's where I land.
I can see what you said about Spider-Man. At least he really, really is into just keeping himself cool. And there's this great moment when he doesn't. Is after Civil War when they shot Aunt May that he actually goes to Wilson Fisk, beats everybody up, and then he directly just tells Fisk, "Pray that she lives, because if she doesn't, I will be back, and I won't hold back. So, and
Yep.
everybody's almost dead on that scene. So he's like, yeah, he's always keeping himself on check on that level, on the level that he has almost never injured anyone gravely. But if he lets go, he just lets go a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
then hell is lost. So yeah, he's the man.
Right? No, for real. He is the man. And Mr. Don Wadsworth here says, Cable gets my vote for the man's man of Marvel Comics. Don't know how much tail the man pulled, but the dude was a bass. And that if you want to talk in terms of badassery, I mean, you could mention Lobo as well from DC. I mean, the dude is the main man. Hey, it says it in his like nickname, the main man, and he lives up to being that. So yeah, Lobo definitely is another great example of such a great toxic character, which could never happen in today's climate at all. But they're not going to make a Lobo and make it right today. I mean, would we all agree on that one? It would
Oh,
be
no, there,
Lobo.
you didn't see, remember the Screw
Can't do it.
52 version?
I'm gonna,
So
I'm
go
gonna,
look at that and then answer me.
I'm gonna sue a bitch. I'm gonna sue a bitch.
I don't even like Lobo, and that got me. I'm like, what in the hell?
When
they have
you
him
don't
on
even
Super-
like
wasn't he-
Lobo and you're mad. That should tell you
I
everything.
was like, what are
Was
you
he
doing?
on
It was just-
Supergirl or am I remember? Did they
Oh,
ever have
no,
a
did they
live
really?
action version?
Krypton.
Oh, he's on Krypton. That's what I was
Krypton.
trying to remember. Right? Yeah.
That's pretty silly.
At K. Zack Snyder Jr. show.
Oh yeah.
So I called it. I was so glad to
Crap
see. Well, when I
ton.
caught FNT earlier, they're all talking about the Zack Snyder Razor Fist. Is just kind of like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
I love it. I love his reaction. That well, you know me how much I hate Snyder. So yeah, that was. He said, "Sure, if you'd like to see a bunch of middle-aged adults dressed in Halloween
I
costumes,
know,
whatever."
that was
I love
hilarious.
Razor Fist. You rock, buddy.
Oh,
Oh, Razor.
I was expecting so much more from him out of that one.
Razor. Well, that guy is.
He was being nice. For him.
That was right. That was nice for him, which was
Oh, he
still
was behaving.
effective. He was still very effective with that line. I was just like, damn, this guy.
Well, it was a response to a super chat with a lot of money behind it, so he was being pretty diplomatic. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. When there's the money rolling in. So, but it was
Right.
just funny to hear comments like that.
I love it.
I loved it.
Now there's a toxic man there.
Oh, I know, right?
Guy.
We all love Razor. I mean,
Yeah.
God fucking speed, man. And Dark Shadow Logan here says, great story, Spider-Man versus Wolverine with the follow-up in Web of Spider-Man, where Spider-Man is tricked into killing one of Wolverine's exes. And Logan helps him deal with the guy. Wow.
Yeah,
I
No, that's
remember that
powerful.
storyline. When was that? That was
That's powerful,
Oh,
Logan. You should post a number of that issue. I'd like to seek that one out.
Wolverine, late '80s, early '90s, dude. The Web of Spider-Man. So I'm way speculating, but somewhere up in there.
yeah.
And D-Bud says the man's man of Marvel was Captain America.
That's
Ooh.
He does have America's ass.
That is hard to argue with that.
Well, all right. Mark D with the C, since you joined us now, when you say character, who do you think is the man's man in Marvel? Because today's International Men's Day, so
Yeah.
happy International Men's Day to
Yep.
you, by the way. Who's the man's
Thank you.
man in Marvel or DC or in comics? Who is it?
I would say Iron Man, right? I mean,
Okay,
but I'm
why
surprised
so?
well, because he's based on now I'm drawing a blank here. Howard Hughes originally,
Yeah.
who was
Okay.
like a great industrialist, and Howard Hughes, inventor, Spruce Goose. He was actually had the fastest airplane at one time, aviator. So before he went crazy and grew his nails long and bought all the vanilla ice cream and bought out a guy that's rich enough to they're trying to evict him, and he says, "Screw you! I'm just gonna buy the casino that I'm in." So Tony Stark has always been kind of the kind of that character where he's an industrialist. Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory.
Hey.
And he's, with the ladies, and of course, unfortunately, has that, that drinking bottle, that problem with in the famous story, Demon the Bottle,
he bet the demon.
Bob Layton. But I always thought, he's got the cool gadgets, and like Reed Richards has all the brains and the cool gadgets too, but he's just not cool like Iron Man. So, and of course now I think it kind of with the Downey playing Tony Stark so well, but for years that was I always thought he was kind of one of the coolest cats in the Marvel universe. So, but
It's amazing.
oh, we lost you. We lost your voice, Nick.
Look at this comment here. It says, maybe I'd sit down for a beer with Cable before Cap and D. Bob responds, and you would be buying because Cable doesn't know which pouch his money is. And Dark Shadow Logan says, Spider-Man versus Wolverine was a one-shot. I don't remember the Web of Spider-Man issue number, but it was a great read. I'm going to seek that comic out. And two things. We're going to welcome Mr. Grant Gregory to the panel. Hello, sir. Hello.
Welcome aboard.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Can you hear me all right? I'm using
Loud and clear, my friend. Loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm using my fiance's her gaming mic, so it's
Nice.
much better than my one. And
Nice,
it's USB,
dude.
so it bypasses the port issues.
Excellent. No, dude, you're good, man. And Glinster here sent me some money, so now we have to do our job with. That never
Once
gets
again.
old.
Once again, everyone, happy International Men's Day.
Yeah, happy International Men's Day. Glitzer here for $5 says the Lobo talk made me think of a Lobo Logan DC Marvel team up. Any DC Marvel team ups you'd like to see? I guess we'll all answer that for Mr. Glitzer here. We can all name one team up. Big Grant, which one would you like to see?
I would like to see. It might be a bit of a cliche one, but something like a Moon Knight versus Batman, more so than a team up.
Oh, Moon Knight versus Batman. Okay.
Or
Well,
across it as
that would be
Hulk,
nice.
as a team, and Hulk being a part of the Red Lanterns.
Okay. Killer. Pablo.
I will team up Doctor Doom with Constantine, and I will make it an actual team up. I will make it so they have to cooperate. So
All
that will
right.
be fun. That
Interesting.
will be.
Yeah, no, I like
Well,
it.
because Doc Doom has some occult powers too, right? They don't always reference those, but
Yes, sir.
that would be
He
cool.
has
yeah.
a direct connection with Hell, also Constantine.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you can actually make it quite interesting. There's two souls that are bound to the same fate. I know maybe they can try to get some kind of pardon from God, something like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Clobberin. I mean, you've already read about 800 of them, but is there one that you possibly haven't seen, or maybe you'd like to see your own take on? Oh, never mind. Clobberin went somewhere. All right. That was well timed. Ironcaster, you tell us about what's the pairing you'd like.
Oh, Doctor Strange Zatanna.
Oh, yes.
This is something I've thought long and hard about. It's like if there's any one team up that needs to happen, I think it's those two. I mean, yeah, you could go for Doctor Fate, sure, but come on, you tell me you don't want to see Zatanna.
Dude, every toxic male's wet dream.
Anytime there's fishnets, I'm in.
Exactly. It's
Black Canary and Zatanna.
Oh man, you spoiled it, Mark D.
We said fishnets, though.
Lord Thoth, who is the pairing you'd like to answer Glinster's question?
Thanos and Darkseid.
Thanos. Ooh, I'd love to see that.
I want to
yes.
see a deep, dark, into the darkness of the Marvel universe and the DC universe. You've got the Infinity Gauntlet, obviously, because everything going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. That's pretty out there with the peeps right now. They know what's going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Infinity Gauntlet, and Darkseid. Of course, the anti-life equation. But I think it would be that there's something going on in the multiverse where the universes are starting to go dark, and the only people that can save the universe is Thanos and Darkseid because of their deep connection to the darkness in each of their universes. That might be cool.
All right, excellent. Mark D with a C.
the Thing and Swamp Thing.
All right, Thing and Thing.
That was an easy. Yeah. Actually, I was at a convention years ago and I won a door prize, which was and the artist you could pick, some characters to draw. And I can't remember who it was, but it was someone pretty famous. It was, years ago. And I was supposed to get Thing versus the Swamp Thing, but I never got it. But I always wanted to commission that someday, like Thing versus Swamp Thing. But I like
think
all those other ones.
Godzillionaire. I think Godzillionaire wins though.
Yeah. I see his Logan and Lobo going to Cuba for the cigars. All right.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
I got one. I'm gonna do this as a really random pairing: Silver Surfer and Lobo. You got a man who has he's a lot more stoic. Obviously he lost his plans in law, needs to pay a due, versus a guy who's super ultra alpha. So you got those two very starkly different personalities clashing. A team up with them is where everything could go wrong, like in a buddy cop movie.
And
That's what I would love to see.
Lobo's definitely going to hop on his back and ride him.
Oh,
Can I mention a trio though? That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, why not? Let's entertain it.
Here you go, everybody. Superman, Captain America, Uncle Sam, finding out what happened to the American dream.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's a great mystery right now. Godzillionaire, I would love for that to happen. But yes, okay. Lord Thoth, that is it's kind of a big deal. Go ahead, Ironcaster, before I read this off.
Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Doctor Fate. The Doctor is in.
The Doctors.
I stayed thinking about
All right, hold on a second. I gotta read off this clip here. All right.
Marvel gets issued
International Men's Day.
A five-fister sandwich there, doesn't she?
Oh, Christian Delorme for $4. He says, Nicholas Weiser, you magnificent bastard. This is the time of the week where I salute you and I raise my old Milwaukee in your honor, sir. Cheers. Cheers to you, Christian. And yes, I promise I'll get started drinking shortly. Now that Clobberin is back, he can say what his Marvel DC. No, you're good, man. What's your Marvel DC crossover? We were talking about what our dream team ups was. I picked Surfer and Lobo for random crossover, and Thoth had a great three-way of what happened to the American Dream with Cap, Superman, and Uncle Sam. So, Clobberin, go ahead and elaborate for us, and then you guys carry it while I get my alcohol.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'll try to pick an obscure one that no one would ever think of. Then, because there's so many easy ones. I mean, and there's so many. Probably the one I would want to see actually are two characters that are very similar, which is kind of the trend you usually see, I guess. The Richard Rider, Real Nova, and Ronnie Raymond Firestorm, because they're almost one of them is taken from the other, really. And
that's a great one. Yeah.
I love those characters. I want to go something a little off the wall there.
I stayed thinking about Lobo, maybe Lobo and Ghost Rider.
Ooh, that's another good one. Yeah,
there you go. That's a good one. I think Ghost Rider
and the cosmic one.
Ghost Rider and the Spectre.
One. Oh yeah,
Ghost Rider and the Spectre. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I'd love to see that cover actually. Ghost Rider and the Spectre.
Oh, yeah. The real Jim Corrigan Spectre.
Oh,
not the other one. Yeah,
classic.
Yeah. There you go.
But Pablo, that's a good one too. I love that.
I can see the cover. Both of them on bikes, riding, all fucking badass black
chains and leather,
exactly.
Man. Chains and leather. BDSM. People
metal,
unite.
Heavy metal.
And then they go to the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, why not?
You can do
a lot of crazy stuff.
How about Wolverine and Timberwolf?
Oh, there's a good one. I love that. I never thought of that one. That's a good one.
Okay, what about Iron Man, Iron Fist, and the Metal Men?
Ooh, I like that actually. It's random and it would be very absurd.
Yeah. With a special appearance by Pharaoh Lad
and Robot Man.
Oh yeah,
and Robot Man
and Cyborg.
Oh my God! Cryborg.
Maybe
Fryborg, yes.
Captain Marvel loves the Thanos.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not
Especially
touching
with
that
Hell
one.
again.
I will say this: that Hot Toys released the
The
new
toes.
Captain Marvel 1/6 scale figure this week.
Yeah.
And it's
Which
the
one?
one with the Karen haircut, the short haircut.
Oh,
Uh,
that'll sell.
Oh,
They probably
I'm
made
thinking
3
I
of
can
them.
get that for like probably $2 or $3 in a couple of weeks. Because nobody's gonna buy that.
the question is she
Yeah.
squishy?
But,
Yeah,
does
maybe.
Is Az gonna buy it?
oh, dude.
R&B.
The
someone
answer
said
to
that
that
R&B's
question
gonna
is
buy it.
yes.
As
As
an
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 R&B
Yeah,
will
does it
be
come with a
buying
cat?
it.
I
yes.
doubt it. Has anyone ever thought about this one? The Vision and Red Tornado. Sorry.
Oh, that's another good one. Yeah, yeah. Both
talking
both robots, right? Yeah.
As far as
The
teams of similar
male,
type
female.
characters.
yeah.
One.
Well, not the Golden Age Red Tornado. That's a little old lady, by the way.
Okay.
I want to make it clear.
What's the best villain team
Ma
up
Hunkle.
between the two universes?
Oh, before villains, I was thinking maybe Iron Man and Blue Beetle.
Well, yeah. I mean,
There's
Good
an
there.
interesting one.
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic and Plastic Man.
yeah.
So Crucibles
Or
down
the
at the- down in the chat.
elongated man.
Elongated
too. Can't
man.
forget
Elongated man.
elongated man.
Yeah, get
Nah.
all three together, right?
And they are playing Twister.
And then Elastic Lad.
One.
Don't forget Elastic
Man
Lad.
thing. Man
Elastic
thing.
Man.
Spider Ghost
Poison
laugh.
Ivy.
All right. Anyone
Elastigirl.
who else is drinking? Cheers. Friday
Other-
night. Cheers. Cheers.
I'll drink to
Cheers.
that.
And
Got
to
my
two
spider glass.
Oh, nice.
Oh, if I'd
Yeah.
known that, I got one of my superhero glasses. Damn it. That's right.
This is a victorious day in our life. We had a good Ghostbusters movie. Obviously, there's a victorious battle in a legal
For justice.
system
Yes.
for actual justice and
Real
for
justice.
for International Men's Day on the panel. So, guys,
Here's the man.
cheers to
Drinking.
men.
Cheers.
To
I'll
men.
drink to that.
Yeah. Drink to that, buddy.
And I'm not
Um,
seeing this guy here, Raymond G. Stanley Jr. What is up, good fellas? What is up,
Hey,
sir?
Raymond.
Nice to meet you. I've never
Good to
met
see
you
you, Ray.
before, but good to see you.
Yeah.
Yes,
there you
and
go.
we are very happy about that.
That's
so welcome
nice.
here. You're very welcome here, sir.
Excellent.
So
Good to see you.
chime in, my friend. Chime in. All right, where do we
Man,
leave
no
off
comment.
here?
Oh, I didn't say hi to Crucible too there, eh? Good to see you.
Hey, Crucible.
Oh,
Just Joe, that's my buddy. Just Joe's been with me for many years, way before I ever came to YouTube. He's the man.
I know. I know Just Joe. Oh, I know
Yep,
Just Joe.
JJ47.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man. So we're at team ups now. I think Clobberin had the last team up.
I just threw one out there. Are we on villains or?
Oh, ooh, villains. I gotta think about villain team up.
Oh no,
boy.
you can still do superhero team ups. I mean,
Oh no, we can expand,
crossovers.
dude. We're having fun
Crossovers.
with this. We're having fun. So let's
Yeah.
let's go nuts with
A
it.
lot of the crossovers have been done now to the point where it's coming up. One hasn't been done. I'm talking intercompany crossovers because a lot of them have been done. Ever since the early days when it was unthinkable before Superman and Spider-Man did it. Then they've done it with a lot of them. I'll tell you the one I wanted to see that never happened. You all remember X-Men Teen Titans, right?
10-4.
Yes.
That was a great comic.
Yes.
It was originally intended to be Legion of Superheroes X-Men.
Yeah.
And as a Legion fan, there aren't many of us, but I know Thoth is one as well. I'd like that to the Teen Titans. I love Walt Simonson. I'm not sure he was right for that comic art, but I would love to have seen it done with my Legion and the X-Men of that time. Even though they were a little outnumbered, you could just use a few of the X-Men. But yeah,
Okay, this gets clarification right here. I am Turk Longwell. I'm trying to go legit. Oh, I remember you, Turk. Awesome. That's all. So this is I'm trying to go legit. Real you, he says. Shout out to my mom. Well, shout out to Turk Longwell, aka Raymond G's mom. Shout out to her. And Godzillionaire says Blade and Deathstroke. Ooh.
That's a good one.
By the way, I just thought of
Ooh.
another really great pairing:
Go for it.
Spider-Man 2099 and Booster Gold.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Miguel O'Hara will be
I love Miguel O'Hara. I was a big fan of 2099 Marvel, even though like a lot of the art with it was really not good. I was very infatuated with the stories of it, and I felt like all the characters had their own personality, so they actually stood apart from the Marvel characters. So they had the similarities, but there was enough to make it different. Unlike Miles Morales, where it's just a paint job Peter Parker. Like Miguel felt like his own character. He really was not like Peter Parker at all. So, yeah, I mean, Bendis could learn from that, but that would require learning. So,
Yeah. You said the two words don't go
Never
together:
happened, yeah.
Bendis and learning.
yeah, learning.
Right.
So,
I got another obvious one that's so obvious that it should. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna
I said,
say
go ahead,
Silver
Pablo.
Surfer and Starro.
I was going to
Silver
get. Oh,
Surfer.
yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead. Silver Surfer and who?
And Starro.
ooh, Starro and who?
Silver
Silver
Surfer,
Surfer. can make it cosmic.
Oh, yes.
the team of Silver Star.
I like it.
Yeah.
What about
I think it's
Galactus
probably-
and the Starro?
Yeah.
Galactus.
Well, there's been a Galactus Dark Side done. That was actually done.
Yep.
I'd say
Nice.
it's too obvious. Another ridiculously obvious one has probably been done already, and I may have missed it. But Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
that's a
course,
good-
but that always that doesn't get.
It hasn't
that's one
been
of
done,
those-
but I mean it's obvious.
Yeah, it's an obvious one.
Yeah.
Because
I
those two
would-
guys would clash big time. They're both. a couple
Oh
of
yes, they
jerks.
would. Yeah,
Which
they
I love
would
about
clash. Especially like Hawkeye is a very leadership oriented character, and then he likes to be the one calling the shots. And then you got Green Arrow. He's more of the stick it to the man type of guy. Even though he ironically works in
I don't know.
place with the man.
Yeah, he's very anti-establishment. Hawkeye's a bit of a maverick himself, though. Too, the two of them are very similar. Yeah, they would knock heads, but they would be competitive.
Oh yes, they'd be very. Oh yes, you see that's a good point, Clobber. Yeah, they would be very competitive. No one wants to have the other show each other up, especially in their field of archery. Yeah, I would love to see that because they both got some attitudes on them. I would love to see that, especially if it was the early rendition of Hawkeye
Clint was a
Clint
jerk.
Barton, dude.
I love
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
trying to one up each other.
Oh, I'd
But
love
you
to
could have
see that.
Hawkeye and Green Arrow against Kate Bishop to take her down before
Yeah.
she ruins into the Hawkeye TV show.
This could be interesting. Maybe Brainiac and Ultron.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I could go with that. I like
Plus,
that.
Ultron gets a virus, right? Brainiac would. Interrupt the-
How would Loki and Lex Luthor work together?
Not easily.
Interesting.
Egos like that.
I mean, you
No,
just
ain't gonna
swap
happen
out for the
long.
Joker.
Well, plus
Well, they
you'd
did
have
that,
the old,
yes, but-
the old Lex Luthor, the mad scientist Luthor versus the new industrialist
Yeah.
Luthor.
I like the old one better.
You like the old one
Yeah.
better, right? Yeah.
How about giving Luthor a symbiote? Luthor and Carnage.
Oh,
Luthor
wow.
on the-
Got no
oh,
mention
no.
before.
Luther would find a way to control him.
That's a good point. Oh crap, you're right. Luthor's too intelligent like
Well,
that.
they did
Unlike
that.
guys like Brock and Cletus Cassie who are way overly emotional. You know what? You're right. Actually, Clobber's right.
Yeah.
I could see him being more in control of it because of how level headed he is.
He manipulated Brainiac, so those guys would be nothing to him as far as their idiot minds compared to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, Luther is pretty scary. The only criminal mind that is on par with Luther is, of course, Victor Von Doom. So, which is my ultimate villain team up. Those two guys.
That is an ultimate
Yeah.
team up. I would agree.
Can't argue with that one, yeah.
Raymond says here, who else is a Batman Animated Series Joker lover? Now, am I hearing this question wrong?
Who isn't?
Who? I mean,
No, I think he's
okay.
saying who. Yeah, we all like. Do you like the series?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we all love it.
I mean,
And-
that
And the Joker.
that goes without saying. That particular rendition of Joker is a
Yeah.
10 out of 10. It's timeless. It's straight up timeless. So
Perfect.
yeah, I'm glad you stopped by, dude. Matthew Pounder says Bouncing Boy and the Blob. And then if you want to do two characters like each other, do Chameleon and Morph. You want to do Chameleon and Morph.
You know
So
what we
that-
forgot?
Boy?
Nick, you know what we just forgot? He mentioned Bouncing Boy. There's probably not one, almost no character in all the comics that had better luck with women than him. He married Duo Damsel. Just saying.
What? Who used to be Triplicate Girl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
but
got
He
game.
dated her as Triplicate Girl, but he at least married her as Doomsday down when one of her three was killed. So that's
Like,
a dude's
how
life
could-
gets split into two.
You can live your life with a threesome. That's like every single
Twice.
time it's a threesome.
Twice the nagging.
Who would you put Despero with?
Despero.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
I've
you.
been trying to think of something.
So that's the
like Despero.
DC side.
Mastermind.
Yeah,
Purple Man.
Or Purple Man.
Oh
one of the
yes,
Oh, yeah.
I like
They both
purple.
purple.
I like Purple Man. No, be
both
a no. Here's a very terrifying team up: Purple Man and the Spot. One guy who can manipulate your thoughts, but then the other guy who could take you away and a get given point.
Yeah.
So the Spot and like the Spot's been used very cheesily, but if you think about his ability, it's very terrifying. And if that was executed well with a guy who could manipulate your thoughts, dude, like. I think that's a very overlooked combination underlooked combination that would be really good if had the right writer. Of course, we like to say the right writer, and I truly believe that would be a very effective combination. Can you imagine a hard time they would give Spider-Man or Daredevil? Like, dude, Spot,
Yeah.
Purple Man, whew.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They-
Definitely having someone that can complement whether they're similar powers or not. I think that's the key. That's why I said I would like Atrocitus and like say Red Hulk sort of thing.
Ooh,
You mix those two together, sort of thing, so they play off each other's power.
yes. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what other wild ones. Pablo, you got any weird ones?
I
Go
was
for it.
thinking, what about if you get Rogue as Titania with Superman? So you have a situation where actually Superman can give her a lot of power without being depowered. But will that be permanent? And how will you use it? Just give her the steroids to the top, and then something happens. So that story will go quite interesting. Just saying.
Rogue and
Uh,
Superman. Okay, I mean Rogue with a lot of people, I guess.
You know, the other thing about this is we're talking about how. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, would she take? Doesn't she? Isn't her powers that she takes mutant powers?
No, she takes any power.
She takes any power. Okay, I wasn't
Depends on the
100%
writer.
Sure.
Hold
Yeah.
up. What? Just Joe says here, I remember the Spot from the 90s Spider-Man animated series. That was one of the few times Spidey actually punched a bad guy. I remember that was a big rule in the Fox. Is that true? He punched him in an episode? I can't remember that. I need to rewatch that because
Well, he
I
punched him
remember-
through the portals. Technically, he didn't. He punched behind himself, and then it hit him that way. So
Oh.
technically, he didn't go up and punch him. He punched a portal, but because the portal opened up behind him, he hit the guy in the back of the head.
Okay.
So what's
Didn't
gonna-
deck him in the face.
So
Yeah.
what's going to happen if Captain Marvel meets Rogue in the new Marvel universe?
Oh, I'm
Could
terrible.
that,
Oh,
be,
dude.
could that be a way that they get rid of Captain Marvel? Right,
Jeez.
Carol.
No.
Carol Danvers could be-
No, they're gonna make
Right?
Captain Marvel look better.
No, they both will be fabulous at the end.
No,
Because that's
I-
how
un-
Captain Marvel disappeared for you, right? You know that old story.
Yeah.
Was that the 70s or 80s? That storyline where
Rogue,
Rogue,
someone
yeah.
looked at her like,
Rogue
Well,
like
she was-
this hero.
She was Miss
My
Marvel, then, wasn't she?
hero.
yeah, she was
80s,
Miss
early
Marvel,
80s.
Yeah.
but she absorbed her consciousness, right? And then she got her powers permanently, and then Carol Danvers was gone, right? I mean, didn't she? She was stuck inside of Rogue, right? So
Not a bad place to be stuck inside.
Right.
We have Black Panther and Black Lightning.
Oh, I'd like that. I'd like to see that. Yeah, as far
That
as
would be cool.
I
I
like
actually
that.
liked the Black Lightning TV show until season 3.
I just
I actually
I wanna
heard it
really-
was not a bad show, and a lot of people think they got rid of it because they said they can't have a strong black man portrayed as a good dad. I was like, I actually believe that. That's the sad part is I actually believe that.
the
I
first
know I'm
season was
getting
good. I watched it.
conspiratorial about it, but I'm like, I actually believe that they can't have a strong black father be
They
like,
can't.
If you
They-
do that,
sorry,
if they do
They
that mix
canceled
up,
that show. I thought it was still on.
No, they
Oh,
canceled it last year.
Canceled,
cancel it.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
After
so it was
4
just running.
seasons,
Maybe
yeah.
it was like running on Netflix or something. Like
Yeah, it was
Came
4.
up as,
It
like,
was
new
CW.
season.
It was
Yeah.
CW,
Yeah.
but it was 4 seasons. They ended it at 4 seasons.
any of you guys want to add to this?
Wait, just let me ask something. Is Static Shock still on DC?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Static Shock versus Electro.
I
Pulling
think-
out Static
ooh,
Shock. Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder who would win that clash. It's a good one. Seriously.
Well,
it's
you
a
got
good
the
one.
Time Trapper versus Kang, the Justice
Hmm.
League versus the Avengers, all in one big contest of champions.
Yeah.
See, I think the Justice League would smash the Avengers. The Defenders is a different story. I would like to see the Justice League.
The
versus-
original Defenders.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Namor,
deal,
Hulk,
pretty tough.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, and the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
Nah, you can throw out the
Yep.
thing. He actually cooperated too, so
Ooh, Luke Cage and Black Lightning. Yeah, Godzilla. I love what Godzillionaire is adding. Yes, I like
You have
this.
to have the Black Lightning originally from the 70s where he's disguised with him talking jive. I want to see him do that to.
That sounds like blaxploitation. I don't know. Can we do that in the 2022?
Let's do
Not
it
a chance.
anyway. Rudy says Squirrel Girl and Ratcatcher team up would be nuts.
That
You know
would
what?
be good.
I would dig that. I would. I'd be
and
down
then
for
throw in the
that.
Rat King from Ninja
Ooh,
Turtles as well.
What about the Spot and Polka Dot Man?
oh yeah.
Nice one.
By
yeah,
the
good
way,
one, Aaron.
Squirrel Girl, the old version where she was slim and actually kind of sexy, that one I can take.
Well,
the
yeah.
new version-
No, we're not talking about that version.
And
Lex Luthor and
Ratcatcher
Doom,
was
of
good in
course.
Suicide Squad too. I thought.
Yeah.
That's
that was-
Yeah,
Ratcatcher
no, she was
good, yeah.
awesome. She was actually like, and her dad was awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great
Excellent
relationship
dad, yeah.
with her and the dad. I actually thought they were making bad towards the end, like he was gonna like backstab her.
Flip or
But
whatever.
no, yeah, he was gonna flip, but then no, all the way to the very end. So good job, the Suicide Squad. It's so funny how I have to say the
Yeah,
Solving
yeah.
Grundy and Juggernaut.
Well, that's a nice.
I like
one,
that.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Always-
yeah.
Also, it's the
Grundy, born in
Karate
a
Kid
Monday.
and Shang-Chi or Iron Fist. Well, either one you want to choose.
Well, Karate Kid's going to win that every time.
Yep.
He is going to win. That's true.
With an illegal kick.
Because he's
Iron
Legionnaire.
Fist.
With
That's
an
right.
illegal kick.
No, Karate Kid. We're talking about the member of the Legion,
the
not
other
the,
Karate
not the
Kid,
one
yeah.
for the movies.
Yeah,
With an
different.
illegal kick. Who said with an illegal kick? That
That
was
was awesome.
hilarious.
Pablo.
Yeah, I did.
Pablo.
Oh man.
Yeah. I do have one though. That's kind of funny. Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew versus
Yeah.
Versus the Pet Avengers.
the
Veteran?
TMNT.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Teenage Mutant
Oh.
Ninja Turtles against Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo
Wow.
Crew.
Oh my
Captain
god.
Carrot's got way too
yes.
much power. There's a lot of power behind that Zoo Crew, buddy.
Ooh,
There's a lot of
Glints
carrots
here.
there.
Dude, Glints are here. Taskmaster and Deathstroke.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
I
I,
want that
like
so
that.
I know
Sign
he'd
me
beat
up.
her up. Oh, you mean the proper one?
I have I love my 1/3 scale statue of Deathstroke. He's right beside my
Wow.
1/4 scale of Scarlet from G.I. Joe. Those are
Nice.
just
Uh-huh.
two of my most
Oh, okay.
favorite possessions. I love those. And my wife, every
Nice.
time she walks by it, she shakes her head and she's going, "How much money did that cost?"
A 1/3 scale. Well, that's awesome. That was, how big
Yeah,
is
it's
Only
huge.
20, only 20
Maybe
bucks,
like 3
honey.
feet.
Only $20.
It was
Yeah,
only 20 bucks, honey.
Two and
I
a-
promise.
$20 US. That's like
I hope she
5,000
doesn't-
Canadian.
I hope she doesn't get jealous. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
mate of mine
Scarlet's
got
gorgeous in that little that statue. Oh, I love that statue.
All right, hold up. Here we go. Christian Delorme again for $5 says, "Happy International Day, International Men's Day, gents. A toast to the patriarchy. Cheers and beers and whatever it is you're drinking to you, Christian, and to all the other men in the chat. Thank you guys for your awesome contributions. Appreciate it. So we're cheersing again. We already did a few minutes ago, but we'll do it again because why not? We've already here. We do it again. Yes. How could you not love that saying? It's really the get that keeps on giving. You know what? I'm feeling generous now. Why not play it again? This is the free. This is a freebie on Nick.
Happy International
Could you
Men's
do like
Day.
a stream of just that over and over and over for like a half hour and see how many hits you get?
Captain
Imagine you
Marvel
get
getting punched in
1,000
the face for 10
1,000
hours.
subscriptions too.
I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
24/7 of
Give it a shot, Nicky.
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what I gotta do. Just keep playing it for. Well, that would take a long time. But God, can you imagine? Like, I might actually. That would launch you straight into monetization. Oh my god. Told you Thanos did something right. I'd watch it. Captain Marvel versus a Starbucks manager. Knock the woke out of her. It's like, walk
It
by the
punched her
shoe.
so hard she woke up in her Warbird costume.
Oh my god.
Captain Marvel
the
against
Joker
a
in-
minority. Oh, sorry.
Captain Marvel.
What about the Joker in Arcade?
Ooh, I like Arcade actually. I could get down on that.
Yeah.
I would. If we want to get to like really cheesy fun territory, especially like I would like something like Polka Dot Man, or even Condiment King. Condiment King will team up with someone like
King.
team up with like the Iguana. That's a deep cut Spider-Man villain. He's like basically just a rejected version of the Lizard. I would love to see the Iguana and Condiment King. Like they would both obviously get their asses handed to them in 5 seconds, but it'd be a very entertaining 5 seconds. Then you had the old mafia organization, the Big Time. Big Time, I think they were called from Spider-Man. Do you remember them, Clobbering? Big Time.
The Mafia or whatever. No.
Yes.
Yeah, they had one that was fighting with the hand. Was that one?
Yeah, I think at one point
Fighting
they
with the
did.
hands?
Yeah.
Hand.
Yes, never mind. Hey, take care, Crucible. Thanks for hanging out.
Hey, what about Paste Pot Pete teaming up with Polka Dot?
Oh, I'd love it. I'd buy it. I'd
With
buy
Matter Eater Lad?
Oh yes, I'd buy it. Sign me up.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Okay. Polka Dot Man as the Herald of Galactus.
That would work.
Okay, I got a really deep cut one versus a sort and a C-lister. Deep cut would be Slide, Spider-Man villain. The C-lister would be Plastic Man. So the Plastic Man stretches and tries to wrap things around, but what happens when Slide slides out? That's a problem. I'm just saying. Like I know I just totally unleashed a dad joke there, but this could be a problem for Plastic Man when Slide slides out of everything. So
I'm just offended.
he's got to figure that one out.
C-lister.
I like Plastic
Man.
Man.
C-lister, brother. I'm just kidding.
I like the character. I just sadly he is a C-lister in the DC realm. He should be. He should be higher.
Number.
I know.
And the guy playing him on the Flash was doing a good job. And
that was elongated, man. That was elongated.
I made the same mistake. I thought it was Plastic Man at first.
Flash is the first stretcher. So
I like no. That was bullshit. What happened to that actor?
That was tweets from like 10 years ago.
Haley
And they canned him.
Sitwell.
And there's tweets found of. Granted, you shouldn't be doing this for anyone unless they like threaten someone's life. Which that's a different story, maybe depending on when and where in the context. But if that's the route that you really want to go, I found many people found stuff on the ginger swapped lady who plays Iris West. Not a thing done. Nothing done.
Well,
Never made the headlines.
Yeah, his tweets were so innocuous anyway. I think the one that they got him, the main one that they got him on was, "I'm so angry right now. If I had a wife, I'd go home and beat her."
It's just so ironic that the show comes from this place about how they need to give people second chances and redeem themselves. Once again, if that's the route you really want to entertain, and they contradict every message that the show talks about.
Because they were setting up a good storyline with Sue Dibney, and God, she was hot on that show.
I remember Sue Dibney. Yeah,
she was great.
I did get a little bit worried when they were introducing an alternate version of Dr. Light. I went, "Oh, I hope you're not going the story route that I think you are."
God.
Oh yeah, not that one. Yeah.
The male Dr. Light, you mean?
Yeah, because the one from the main universe was female, but then they brought when they did the multiverse stuff, they had the bad male one, and
man,
really?
Identity Crisis. Screw you, Brad Meltzer, with the Identity Crisis.
Oh my God, that was good concept for a story, minus the raping and murdering and all that.
Here's the thing: characters. Well, you don't need to have them being like therapy sessions, and they all talk the same. And there's some characters you just don't put in therapy. You don't put Hal Jordan in fucking therapy. You don't put Hal Jordan. I don't think Hal Jordan was in therapy. But I'm just making a point. Like there's some characters you just don't do that to, and you
I
don't
can
put
tell
like
you one.
Tornado in there.
I can tell you one character that I'm sure has never really gone to therapy. Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Or if he did, it didn't work.
Didn't work. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah,
It didn't work.
killing me. Oh man. Raymond says here, talking comics is fun and wonderful. Remember, fellas, you all are being culture, which is huge for the cause of liberty. Yes, and this is something that I've mentioned. I'm glad you mentioned this, Raymond. This is very important because it's awesome that we have our Razor Fists, our Nerdrotic, our Eric Julys of the world who go out and call out the BS of the world. But we do need to have a contrast to balance that out. We have stuff like this and what Clobbering Times does. So we capture the other side of the same coin. And it shows you how cultural we are. Like, and the whole thing about politics is downstream culture is true regardless of how you feel about one Andrew Breitbart. That quote couldn't be any truer. So yes, we are showing the other side of this.
I love that guy.
Yeah, no, I have no issue. I just know people have mixed opinions, but regardless, I feel like that is just a phrase that is very irrefutable.
So, a question for you guys, and I think this might be a good one to. I think this might be a good one to ask. With all the mediocre stuff out there, what's something good you guys are watching? What's something you're enjoying?
Blake 7.
Or like for me,
I love it.
For example, I can grab just something.
Please show it off, dude. Show it off.
I've been going through some of the Japanese Transformers, which it's got a really catchy intro, and I've been enjoying that. And it's just like, what's something good people recommend? And like, this is like this is a continuation of the G1 cartoon, where Optimus doesn't come back.
Ooh.
And it's like 100-something more episodes of what happened after the original show. And it's like all these like crazy characters that I got to go read and enjoy in some of the Transformers comics that wound up getting to be these characters that I never got a chance to be introduced to. So this is me getting to meet a brand new cast of characters that I may not have necessarily known as a kid growing up, but there's a chance they can become some of my favorites.
All right, killer. No, dude. Let me think here. I mean, I've been meaning to watch the Rocky 4 director's cut, which I still haven't gotten to. I'm hoping to finally tomorrow night. I've been rereading. I actually reread recently the original Kirby Eternals run. Now, as far as newer things I've read, I mean, it's been predominantly indie. I actually finished Sunsworn. That was fun. I think I might need to read. I need to get a whole copy of the older previous story because, as much as I enjoyed it, there are some things I got confused about. But I feel like if I got hold of the older book, I'd have more ideas because it's definitely one of those stories where you definitely want to know its continuity to understand it. I kind of just got it as a blind purchase from Indiegogo, which. Still worth it, by the way. And the stickers are great. The cards are great. The story is fun. Also, there's nice appearances by Stephen Walt and Culture Casino in there. Their character names are Walt and CC.
Are they really? Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
Walt and CC.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, and there's of course there's a thank you list on the back. I saw my name under there. So Red Gaze, thank you for the shout out in the book. Definitely
Excellent.
happy to have seen my name on the backing of Sunsworn, so absolutely worth the purchase. But God, I'm waiting for Berserker number 6 to heat. Yeah, Berserker number 6 to come out. But from Image, I really like this one book. Scotty Young and Jorge Corona do called "The Me You Love in the Dark." It's like a horror story, but it's basically this lady named Ro. She's doing a bunch of art projects and she needs to kind of like step away from the outside world to focus on her projects. And she rents out a house to escape from the world. But the problem is the house she rents happens to be a really spooky, creepy house. And there's this like supernatural like creature in the house who's very, very Pierce Brosnan like seductive, but also equally creepy. So that's been a fun story, and it's a mini series, and 4 issues have been out of it so far, with the 5th and final coming out next month. And that's been a fun series, and it's also been dark and scary. It's one of those good dark series where it's entertaining. It's like, ooh, that's kind of spooky. Like, she gets more comfortable with this supernatural spirit too. She opens up, and you see him take advantage of it. He won't let her leave the house, type of thing. So no, the execution of it's really, really awesome, and it's one of those stories where it's dark but entertaining. It wasn't just like where it's gonna make you feel like absolute hell about your life. It's more like, whoa, shit, that's intense type of thing. So yeah, I do dig the Miyu Love in the Dark. That is definitely something I dig, and I like Scotty Young too, as far as being a writer and a penciler. I think he's one of the fewer, more, I guess you could say, more modern pencilers I enjoy. Obviously, he had a really cool book that he did pencils and write for called I Hate Fairyland. That was a 20-issue run. That was a really colorful, fun story with this character named Gertrude, who is in this fairy world. And it's a really bonkers story that looks like a very kiddie-friendly world. It looks like something that would have been from like a children's book, but except she does a bunch of crazy like cartoon violence. So I love those type of stories where it's all cartoon violence. So yeah, big fan of that stuff. If you want to look into Scotty Young, he's a good one to go to for that. At least that's also Dan Johnson had a really cool story. I think I've talked about it with MVP a few panels back on Murder Falcon. It was an 8-issue miniseries, and Dan did the writing and the pencils for it. And it's about this kid who gave up playing guitar. And and there's this creature that is coming after. It's kind of complex, but there's this creature that's after them. And it's all connected to his band that he used to be in. So he needs to reunite the band to get together to go against the monster
by reforming the band back together.
He has to literally get the band back together. It's a really ridiculous bonkers story, and all the variant covers were homage covers to like metal covers. Like one of them was Dio, Yngwie Malmsteen, Motley Crue, Pantera, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. I think the Iron Maiden one, it was a variant cover of Somewhere in Time. Let me dig for that. I'll dig for it while you guys chat. Seriously, we'll look at these covers. They're great. I swear on that.
Nick, you recommended a book to me a little while ago. The spin-off of the Something Killing the Children. Can you remember what that one was?
House of Slaughter.
House of Slaughter. Okay, yeah, because that's the one I've been looking.
A horror story. Yeah, there's only one issue of it so far.
Yeah. I haven't been watching really much apart from streams, except for I did watch the movie Boss Level the other night. Just think of Groundhog Day, but as an action film.
The movie what? What movie was that again?
Boss Level. It's with Frank Grillo. Boss Level.
Okay. Boss Level.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old is it?
I heard of that.
New, or?
Yeah, it's within the last year, I think, or this year. I can't even remember. But yeah, no, it's a very
played
Crossbones
very in the Captain America Civil War movie. Yeah, Frank Grillo. He was the guy in the elevator that Captain America said, "If you want to get out, you better get out now." And it's unbelievable that he's like mid-50s and in the shape he's 58.
That's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
He's great. It's a shame you don't get. Crossbones was pretty badass in that Winter Soldier comic. You get him 2 seconds and then he's blown up.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So stupid. God.
All right.
That looks badass.
This was a homage to a Yngwie Malmsteen album cover. So, Rudy, to answer your question, he wasn't in a comic, but this is a variant cover to issue number 5 of Murder Falcon, and it was to this album. And I'm digging for the other one, which I found, by the way. So I'll stop sharing that one, and I'll get you the other one. There is a Pantera one. There's a Judas Priest. There's a Megadeth one. It was the Rust in Peace album. For those who do not know, Rust in Peace, and what was Priest one? I think it was Painkiller. Oh, here you go. Rudy recognized it. Yes. Yep. From the album with, I forget, Icarus on it. Yes, that's correct. Oh, Dark Shadow Logan here. I think Critical Drinker did a review the past day. I still need to watch his Ghostbusters review, which I plan on watching soon.
Same.
I mean, it's a Critical Drinker. He's one of those guys where even if I don't recognize the content, I'll still watch it.
Oh, he's very
really
entertaining.
good.
Yeah, he's
I love that
top
guy.
notch. Yep.
Yeah, I've always said I don't know anything about Star Trek, but I'll watch all his Star Trek videos. That says
There
a
you go.
lot.
But
When-
just don't form any Star Trek opinions until talking to me, though. If you don't mind with Nick.
no, that'd be ridiculous. No, you're right though.
I'm messing with that. Just kidding, buddy.
Oh,
He's
I know
great.
you are, but
I'm
it's
just
hard
teasing
for
you.
me to understand like the show. Like, but I still listen to why he finds issues that he does.
No, he's
Have
really
you watched how much of of TOS have you watched, Nick? Not much, or
Dude,
Original series.
I like hardly anything.
oh
Like,
god,
hardly.
my heart is aching now.
Oh.
Gotta go.
good. Wow, man.
All right. Well,
you're hurting
I
us
guess
here.
we could make it short and say that it will be a great recommendation for you.
All right, we all know that one.
That's awesome.
That's for issue
It's the
number.
monkeys.
Abbey Road.
This is issue number 1, huh? Issue number 1. Okay, yeah, Abbey Road. So there was Dan Johnson did swing in one Beatles cover, and he also swung in a Motley Crue cover for issue number 8, which I'm going to share again because reasons. Let me.
I've got to head off, Nick.
Okay.
Thanks very much for having me on.
My pleasure,
appreciate,
dude.
Oh, I love that cover.
I remember
I know
you
that one.
recommending
Yep.
this now.
All right, have a good
Yes.
one, guys.
All right, take
Take
care,
care.
Brad.
Take care, man. Good
Night.
to see you, bud.
See you soon, man.
Take care, buddy.
So yeah, you got Murder. That's for the Motley Crue cover, and let me dig for the Judas Priest one or the Bull Thrower one. Oh, there's a Dio one. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, here's the Priest one. I found Priest. So let me get to it. Ooh, that was a good belch. You should have done it again.
Bless you.
Well done.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, right there. Yeah, Murder Falcon. So, here we go. And then
well, that's
there's
the thing with CDs now. Back, us older folks, we had, albums with, huge, the huge discs and, the huge covers, and you'd open it up, you'd read all the liner notes. And,
right there, Pantera, vulgar display of power. It says vulgar display of metal. And then where's that? Here's Murder Falcon for the Megadeth. See, it's got the Megadeth font, but with Murder Falcon. It's a Vic Rattlehead, which would be Megadeth's mascot. You got the main character of the story carrying a guitar. That's a homage to this cover here, Rust in Peace. Right there. So there's Vic Rattlehead. And that artwork was designed by Ed Repka as well. He is, it was funny because he was actually, later on, I learned he was never a big metal fan, but just metal bands loved his art. So he just ended up taking that money. So it's just like, hey, I'll take that money, man. So yeah, hey, I have no issue with that. If you're willing to take a job and willing to do a good job at it, I have no issue with that. If you happen to like it, that's a big fat bonus. So here's Dio right here, and
I love that.
then I know,
Oscar
right?
Mayer.
Yeah, Holy Diver, and then look.
Nice.
Yeah, right. To issue number 7. Yeah. This is a fun series. It was a very fun series. Dan's a Chicago boy. He's in my area. I've talked to him a few times. Really nice guy. Really very fan friendly. He also has a YouTube channel too where he does sketches on right when Friday Night Tights starts. He does a bunch of sketches. He's actually working on a wrestling miniseries. That's his next story. And he did a DC Black Label book titled Wonder Woman Dead Earth. For Black Label, is a 4-issue miniseries. That was pretty fun. Lots of big monsters. And he gets away with a lot because it's a one-off story and it's non-continuity. And now Rudy says there's now a whole new set of comics. I'm going to tell you, Rudy, I would highly recommend buying a trade I think there's a hardcover coming out soon. Because trying to find the singles for Murder Falcon is a pain in the ass right now. Like, sure, you could score the number 1 easy, but I think issues like 3 through 8 are like very difficult. So I wish you the best. And Stuart Mitchell says, Rust in Peace is one of my favorite Megadeth albums. The first to feature Marty Friedman and the late Nick Menza. R.I.P. to Nick Menza. Yes, that album was a game changer. That was when they were probably at their most technically efficient sound. They had the virtuoso, that was Marty Friedman. And Take No Prisoners, was that Tornado of Souls? Yeah, dude, absolutely classic album. I'm glad to know there's another big Megadeth fan out there in the chat in one Stuart Mitchell. So okay, I've talked a lot now. Any of you guys got anything you want to talk about that you're into? I talked.
I just had a quick question. What's the Rocky IV director's cut? I mean, is it going to be vastly different? Or
It's supposed to be a half hour longer. It's supposed to be a half hour longer. It is out. You can rent it on Amazon or on Vudu. It's like $3 or $4 or something like that. My buddy RC from the NYC, he told me he said he really enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, and I know he's a big Rocky fan. I value his opinion. So if he's telling me that it's good, I'm gonna at least check it out. And here's the thing, I thought at the time Rocky IV was like already a 2-hour movie just because of how epic and emotional it is. Turns out it's only like 90 minutes.
Yeah,
the original theatrical cut.
It's not that long. Yeah. So the extra half hour is going to make you want to work out twice as much, right?
I'm hoping, Frank. 15 minutes of montage. 15 minutes of montage.
That's like the best workout montage.
Well, I'll cut something out. So how did he? I mean, he cut a bit out though too.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think someone dies.
No, he cuts out the stuff. He doesn't like the silly robot that Paulie gets as a.
Oh yeah, that was.
Remember
that robot.
I'll take the training montage cut.
I don't mind it, but.
Yeah, but it's just so phony.
The montage cut, right? Yeah.
Theaters.
Yeah, they did a one-night release for that. And RC told me he went to the theater for that. He said there's actually a good amount of people. He said a lot of people who did show up, they're wearing Rocky merchandise or stuff that looked like Rocky clothes. Damn. Right? I'm trying to think, why didn't I go? I must have had something come up where it just wouldn't allow me.
Wasn't that last night?
The November 11th, a week.
Okay, so it was a week ago.
Man, I think any of them had the meat.
There's no easy way out.
That movie was a big deal when it came out. That was a huge hit.
I can't tell you how many times I went to see that.
That was so good, epic. I remember going with my dad to see that one. That was
Dark Shadow here.
Pumped, yeah.
Viking Samurai did a good review. Oh, I'll have to check that out. And then Zero says Rusted Pieces Megadeth's Peak. I'd have to think about that one. I'm indifferent. I love that one, but I'm indifferent. And is there a Testament one? He didn't. Dan Johnson didn't do a Testament cover, but I do love me some Testament. I mean, Chuck Billy's a hell of a vocalist, but yeah, Dark Shadow. I'm gonna have to check that out. Maybe I'll watch that tomorrow. I also gotta get ready to watch Top Gun as well for Toxic Tuesday. So
and then Star Trek.
and then sometime between now and my death, I will finally start Star Trek. Maybe I could catch up and start watching on Saturday night.
Should Nick watch them in order, or should he watch broadcast order? Or,
if you're gonna watch it in and not broadcast order. Go production order, but I'll help you with that if you even can. But I don't know if it'd be your thing or not, Nick. But you ever give it a shot? I'm there with you, brother. If you need any help.
Okay. No, my girlfriend is telling me I should watch it too because her family's filled with Trekkies. They love the old Star Trek as well. So the concept is always interested me. I just for some reason, like many things in the world, I just never got around to checking it out. That's really all it was. And then it's a good thing I may have avoided the new stuff too because I have no idea I just know that when I see Patrick Stewart, I don't call him Picard, I call him Xavier. So that's like that to me, he will always be Xavier. But obviously you guys come from the Picard world, so you're like, hey, what's Captain Picard doing in a wheelchair talking to mutants?
I'm so weak.
Which makes the Star Trek X-Men crossover that much funnier.
Oh boy.
Did you say you were doing Top Gun for Toxic Tuesday?
Yeah. Do you want in?
Oh my god.
Go for it.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean, LT?
When are you doing it?
This coming Tuesday.
It's kind of funny because my military nights are Tuesday nights when I teach the young officers how to be proper officers in the Air Force. So it's kind of amusing that it's on Tuesday. I might be interested.
I'll keep a spot open for you.
Sorry, we can't help you tonight. I gotta go on YouTube.
Being a child, that's a seminal movie in my life. I own every single copy of Top Gun, no matter what it is, whether it's
Wow.
VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, et cetera, et cetera. So it's one of those movies that was a huge factor in shaping my life and the direction I took. So yeah, that oh wow, that would be an incredible movie. What time do you do it though? You do it
9 p.m. on Central Time we start. So
10 o'clock Eastern. Oh,
Go for it,
Too late
off,
for you?
man.
Top
It's
Gun
way
is one of
past
the-
my
is one of those
bedtime.
movies I
Oh,
kind of
come
have a
on.
bit of a connection
Tom
with
Cruise
my
would stay up.
early childhood, where some of my earliest memories are like sitting down at the kitchen table with my dad, and he had one of these like model kits of like the same model fighter jet from Top
The
Gun. And,
F-14.
F-14.
and he's putting this together, and he's like
Tomcats,
picking it up, and he's
yep.
like flying it around, and I'm like 5 at the time, so it's just kind of one of these early memories I was really sticking in my head. Also him, doing the whole "No, Luke, I am your father."
No, I am your father.
You know how many times
So,
I've seen that movie, Nick?
Top
Yes.
Gun?
Yeah, guess how many?
40.
We'll take the 4 off.
Oh,
4.
He doesn't
haven't
like
seen
Tom
it.
Cruise.
0. 0.
Robbie
Tom Cruise
doesn't
is
like
in it.
Tom
I will
Cruise.
never watch it ever, and I hate his guts. So it's
Okay. Here's no, I can understand
So
you
you want
hating
in
his
on the panel,
guts.
Stubborn?
Yeah, let me join the panel. I've got a lot to say about this.
I can. Here's the thing. I agree with anyone who says Cruz is crazy, but I feel like his
can't stand to look at
craziness.
him.
I feel like his craziness has helped make his movies awesome. I truly believe his craziness makes it. Like I feel like since he's gotten crazier, his movies have somehow become even better. Because now, like he's doing more of
That's
his
not
own
a factor
stunts.
for me.
No, and that's fair.
Yeah, but that's not a factor for me. I just hate him. I can't look. Ever since he's the '80s, before I even knew anything about him.
Wow. Okay, so you were always. Wow.
He's one of those 2 or 3 actors that, if he's in it, I never watched it.
Ooh, Dark Shadow.
Well, you
I
know-
got a vinyl of this. I'll show it off
Yep.
on Dr. Tuesday. I got the vinyl.
The soundtrack is just unbelievable. Those are
That's true.
those are the original F-14A Tomcats off of the USS Enterprise. That's where they stationed Mitchell and Goose. They were on the Enterprise, and that whole storyline is awful, but it makes you really take a look at what's going on at the time in the 80s and our aircraft carrier groups and what was happening there. There was a kind of a little bit of a viewpoint on those naval carrier groups, the naval officers that were positioned on them, that were serving the country on those aircraft carriers and stuff. And yeah, it was very a homoerotic movie in certain instances, and it was just but it was very much a recruiting poster for the Navy at the time. And after that movie, the recruitment for the Navy was just off the charts. So it's one of those movies from the 80s that you look back and you go, the plot line is awful, but the acting is mediocre, but the story, it really caught me in the 80s as a young man and who was looking at what am I going to do after I graduate from high school. And then it's one of those things that and I'm Canadian. So it wasn't like I could go down to my recruitment office and say, yeah, I want to be posted to the Enterprise. But it was something that made me really consider serving my country. And so you know how we used to have all the movies in the 60s and the 70s that were like Patton and The Bridge on the River Kwai, and it was those big military movies from the 60s and 70s that I love. I love all those old military movies. But this one was had an 80s touch, more so than Iron Eagle and Airwolf and all those other ones that were really kind of oriented towards the military career. But this one really caught my imagination. And you had Michael Ironside, Tom Skerritt, even John Stockwell was in this, Tim Robbins. I can go down the list. Meg Ryan, Adrian Pastar, Anthony Edwards, of course, was Goose, Val Kilmer. I actually have met Kelly McGillis as well too. She actually came up to Ottawa and was doing was doing off Broadway shows. So. And she's actually an unbelievably amazing person in person, but and of course Tom Cruise. So the cast was a blockbuster cast. It was a very unique show at the time, and it set off a whole bunch of different movies that were kind of themed in the same way. So it's one of my favorites from the 80s.
I love that movie. I love it. I would give a strong 9 point something out of 10. I love it. Tom Cruise is nuts. But here's one thing: he's good with his movies, but he's also good with his fans. One of my buddies went to the red carpet premiere of Mission Impossible Fallout, and he saw Tom Cruise, when the cameras were down. And after he got out of Fallout, he went and hung out with the crowds to talk about the movie and see what they thought of the movie. So he could have gone home or to his mansions or to Shill Media, but he went and hung out with the fans to see what they think on the movie and want to make sure what their feedback was on what he could do better with his movies. So I really respect his work ethic with movies. That's where
he goes all out.
He does. No, he is very committed to his movies.
He's in great shape for his age. I mean, God.
Yeah.
I was just disappointed that Carrot Top didn't get that role instead of him.
Hashtag save gingers.
LT, do you have a Kawasaki Ninja too?
Yep.
All right, I got answers for Mr. Raymond here. It says, Nick, I just spent time trying to send a chat. The side thing didn't work. You should be super chats 40%. Here's the thing, Raymond. How that works is you have to be monetized for that. I am not officially monetized. I'm sure I'll get there someday. I'm sure I will. But as for now, that's the only thing that works. If you want to try again, great. If not, you don't have to. Thank you, though. I think you've tipped me before. But don't worry about it, man. Don't stress it. So if you want to try again, that's all up to you. But I'm just glad you're hanging out here, chatting. You, Dark Shadow, Rudy, JM, Wadsworth, D-Bud, Austin, you guys have been all awesome in this chat. So that alone is cool for me. So thank you for hanging out. That's all I could ask for you guys. So yeah, no, I can't wait to talk Top Gun. It's going to be a fun movie. And I think I love with that soundtrack. Love with that soundtrack. And I can't wait for that to hit theaters. So I will see that opening night. I will see that opening night in theaters. You bet your ass I'll be there for that.
So you have the exact ninja from the movie, LT, or what year is yours?
Yes, absolutely. So, Mark David, you always ask those journalistic questions.
I'm a motorcycle guy. So
yeah, I'll tell you a little secret about that. So I wanted to, but I was told and ordered by my colonel, Lady Ma'at there, Lady Thaw. She said, "You will never drive a motorcycle." So
you can fly an airplane, but not a motorcycle, right? Yeah.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of funny because I actually was going to sign up for the motorcycle course in the RCMP to do the patrols. So I'm an old. 20 years ago, I was a traffic a member out in British Columbia, and it's kind of funny because I wanted to sign up for that course, which teaches you, how to be a motorcycle cop, right? And I was told, you will not be a motorcycle cop. You will never do that. And I'm like, yes, dear. That was pretty much the end of it, right? And but I always kind of eye it, and that bike that he rides in Top Gun, man, that is just a sweet ride.
Iconic bike, yeah.
Oh, D-Bud, that is this coming Tuesday. This is this coming Toxic Tuesday. To answer your question directly,
it's volleyball time.
I was just thinking the logic on not allowing a pilot to ride a motorcycle, and that actually makes sense because a pilot is quite a difficult commodity to come by. Each pilot is really precious. So having a pilot going around in a just fast machine without any kind of protection around, you can lose a lot for the country. Let's just say that. So, yeah, I understand the logic on that.
Is there a restriction to having a motorcycle, LT, if you're a pilot or anything? Or
that should exist even, but... Oh, sorry.
I'm just wondering, yeah, if they.
Oh, this is another one I want to do down the line too for Toxic Tuesdays. Running Scare with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. Yes, that will Dark Shadow Logan, Eyes and Ears Open. That will happen somewhere down the line. I just have a big plan for December that I've got pitched to Mad and Mark that I hope that they'll like. And if they like it, we'll go through it for the month of December. Emphasize the word month. So we'll see how that goes, though. But yeah, no, keep your eyes and ears open. That one will be definitely down the line.
Was the
That's-
ballet
the Hostile Holidays?
Baryshnikov, was he in that one, or who was the villain, the bad guy in that one? Is he in Running Scared, or my brain's not working
man,
right?
It's been a while.
But I remember that being a good movie. Yeah.
Running Scared was pretty good.
Yeah.
Freedom isn't free.
There's a hefty. Fucking thing.
It's hefty. It's very hefty. But is it worth it? You're damn right. You're damn right.
Well, to Christian, I would just tell him that no, I didn't see The Outsiders. What it was just pure childishness of the time, being just thinking, now he looked like a pretty boy who can't act, that couldn't stand. I've only seen 2 movies all the way through that had him in it.
Mhm.
One was Risky Business, which is a funny movie,
Yes, it is.
and one was Taps, where he played
with
the
George C.
psycho in
Scott.
it. Yeah, no, actually, Taps is a pretty good movie. And then I just started, and he was in stuff, and I was just being obtuse and obnoxious, going, I don't like that guy, to hell with him. I didn't want to watch it. I guess I was being a contrarian, you could basically say. So I'll admit, I like to be upfront about my foibles. Christian is just me being a jackass, to be more than anything else, to be honest. he's probably a really nice guy, if you took away the insanity of some of the silly crap he does.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's really just me being kind of a jerk, to be honest with you.
See, Clark is a big fan of couches, and he never forgave Tom Cruise for what he did on Oprah's couch.
Oh, that I do like my couches now. I gotta say, that's probably that's very observant of you. I never even thought about that, dude. Very shrewd of you. So it could be a couch thing.
I think we cracked the code.
You got it. Thanks, man. I may be cured. Now I'm gonna have to start watching Cruise. Well, I won't go that far.
Ooh, D-Bud here with the take says Les Grossman is Cruise's best role.
Tropic Thunder.
Ooh.
Can you watch that movie still?
Tropic Thunder. I
That
love
movie
Tropic
ain't getting
Thunder.
made
That's a
today.
great
I watched part of
movie.
it.
Yeah, it was a funny story. Like my we're visiting my brother-in-law, and we're all with the kids and stuff. Like they put Tropic Thunder on. You know how that movie opens?
Yeah.
It's like, there's like a striptease in it, and they start looking at me, yelling at me. I'm like, I didn't rent this movie. It was the mom that rented this movie. So she, the kids were like, I'm like, who picked Tropic Thunder for 13-year-olds? Not me.
I bet the 13-year-olds are very happy.
Yeah, they're looking like look at the uncle. Uncle. I'm like,
They were
not me.
big
I'm
fans of
putting
Simple
Star
Jack.
Wars on. Come on.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. That is
Yeah.
so fucking funny. I love it. Ooh, here Darshaw says Mikhail Baryshnikov and Gregory Hines in the movie White Knights, and that had a great soundtrack. Also, Mark.
Yeah,
D.
I remember
That's what I was thinking of. That's the movie I was thinking of. Thank you, Dark Show.
Yeah, Running
Shadow
Scared with
Logan,
Billy
yeah.
Crystal and Gregory Hines.
Yeah, but I knew there was something with
Cop movie. That was
Baryshnikov
toxic.
and Hines. Yeah.
That's an 80s toxic buddy
Yeah.
cop film there for you.
That was a great movie too.
No,
Yeah.
I've
Have you
actually
done
seen that one.
Have you done 48 Hours yet?
I have it on a specific reserve. Oh, don't worry, you will be on there for that one.
Oh my goodness.
It will happen. 48. Trust
love
me,
it.
I have a plan for 48 hours. I have to. I want to have a few.
Gotcha.
You will be on there, Clobberin. I'll tell you when it happens. You'll be on there. I'm eyeing at a guest or two, big name wise, for that one. I have a plan, but you'll be on there too.
got
for
Eddie
that,
Murphy?
so. Oh
Yeah,
man,
Eddie
I'd love to have Eddie
Can I
Murphy.
can I be Nick Nolte? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for when Nick does Tremors. That is one where I want to be.
Oh,
Michael Gross.
yeah, that's a toxic
Family
movie.
Ties.
Yes.
Tremors.
Did Plastic Man save
Kevin
the Justice
Bacon.
League from
Yep.
Red Martian Manhunter 92? I cannot answer this question. Maybe one of the other guys on this panel would be more qualified to answer that one. Anyone?
I don't remember that.
Bueller?
Aubrey?
He
LT?
did, but I don't remember much of it. It was probably the Morrison run.
Raymond says here, since I can't figure it out, the words were in the end, you fellas and everyone here is a appreciate it. God bless America.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Raymond.
And Canada. God bless Canada, because we have a great Canadian.
Yeah, and we got a great, and we got an Ecuadorian too. So
Yeah, I
bless
don't
Ecuador.
think God even cares about my country.
The
Don't
best I
worry
can
about
do
it.
is cut off my
But he cares
American
about you,
hoodie.
Pablo.
Thanks, man.
oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! Oh, yeah. See, no, this today has been a day of successes, and we need a day like this. It feels relieving to live a day where we had the outcome of the legal thing and a good movie that was fun and enjoyable and very entertaining and very heartfelt third act. Like that third act really that brought out some emotions in me. So
Oh.
It was
It
beautiful.
killed me, dude.
dude, right?
You know, I know we're not spoilering, but when we're getting towards that point, I was enjoying the movie and starting to get disappointed. I was thinking we weren't going to get what I wanted. I got to admit,
Yeah.
I thought that, oh no, I think I'm going to be very upset. I thought that. I was liking it. I was being distracted almost by what I thought we would not get.
But the wait
But-
made it worth even more.
But boy,
So it probably made it that much
that was a
greater.
brutal wait
And
for me.
they actually set it up
Go
in
ahead
an
and say
interesting
it.
way. I will just say that.
Slimer showed up with his Slimer wife from 2016.
Hey, how did you know that?
Said Melissa McCarthy shows up in the end. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, by the way, I want to say that finally critics and the public agree on something. The audience score and the critics score for Cowboy Bebop are both at 51%.
Wow,
Not
that's
good.
a rare. This is
Yeah.
the times have become even weirder than I could have already imagined. I see Mr. Jam says the raid redemption for Toxic Tuesday in the future. I've not seen that. I gotta look into that one. All right,
That's a good one. That's a
Okay.
good one.
Best way to cap off a week of victory, tuning in to 32 Flavors of Nickwiser and the game discussing good comics and movies. Dude, I try to keep it fun here because obviously I go on really serious stuff like yelling at park cars. It's all about the balance, man. You want to talk about serious things, but you also gotta have fun. Otherwise, if you talk about one thing, if you have too much fun, you can be in denial of reality what's going on. But if you talk about too much bad, you're stuck in the world of bad, and then getting to the good becomes that much more of an uphill battle because you're in the echo chamber of it. So it's all about the balance. You just learn to balance yourself out, and everything is like Thanos says, perfectly balanced as all things should be. And he says, "Was I wrong on the name? What name? What name are you talking about, Raymond? What name? Are you talking about the country? I mean, most of us are in America. We got Canadian and Ecuadorian here, so yeah, we're all speaking some truth here. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, guys, to chat. I know, obviously, Nick Weiser brings the chill to comics. No, dude, comics division's one of the best guys I know. Love that dude. He's great. He's been a great friend of mine, and much like the guys on this panel, he's opened a lot of doors for me. A lot of my subscribers exist because of him. Like my channel probably would be like, I don't know where my channel would be without Daddy Division and Clobbering Times, and I'd say Pauly Latino Slant. Those are the three guys who really helped put me out there, and it's just like people actually listen to me. It's survivable, but okay. Even though the guys who I paddle with are so much better, I'll try to act like I'm half as good at them.
Man, you're the man.
I will
Dude,
just say
you kidding me?
cheers.
You bring a lot of people together, buddy.
trying. But guys, this is gonna be the part where we wrap up. I'll say our thank yous to the chat. Thank you to those who tipped. Thank you to a lot of you who stuck around. Like, holy shit, you guys stuck around and hung out with us. That's so freaking badass. To those who came here and stopped by, thank you as well. And to those who we cheers, here's one more cheers to you guys as well. Cheers, beers, to a day of victories. Remember this day, guys. Friday, November 19th of 2021. These all seem like simple things in life, but that's why they make these things great, because they are the simple things in life that we got to cherish the hardest. And yes, Comics is pretty chill himself. That is very true. I guess that's why we work out together well. And yes, thank you, Matthew Pounder, Night All. This could be the part where we plug in Charles, but I will say, guys, I know there's a lot of things going on. Doomcock, Cocktail Lounge. Thank you for sticking around. You could have chosen so many awesome panels, but you chose us. So for that, I'm eternally grateful. We'll see you guys here next week for the 32nd episode of the 32 flavors of the 32nd episode of Comic Shop Talk. So thank
I
you.
guess I have to be there for that.
I guess you have to. So this will
Yes,
be
you have to.
a toast for you, awesome gents. Great stream, just like seeing earlier. Yeah, it's just like that's exactly the whole point. It's just like guys hang out at the shop.
That's exactly what it is.
Aloha from Pearl Harbor. Holy shit!
Wow.
I
Rudy.
feel
Wow.
the need for 32 flavors of Nick Weiser.
Yeah.
And cheers to you, Rudy, Raymond, Philbo. Cheers. Copy off a great day. Yeah, right. D-Bud, have a better weekend. I'm sure I'll see you in the chat somewhere in some
Avon lives.
Yeah, and
Avon lives,
Raymond,
buddy.
let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Yes, sir.
This will be the
Vamos,
part where I let everyone plug in their stuff. So, you know what, Clobberin? I always have you plug in last, so you're going to plug in first for a plot twist.
Oh, throw me a curve, buddy. Well, I can see if I can handle it, man. Thank you, man. It's always great to hang out with you and these great friends and stuff. This august group, hanging out, geeking out about comics and such things. It is a pleasure. Thank you. Tomorrow night, of course, for any of you Star Trek fans out there who may not know, we have a gigantic stream. It is Saturday Night Star Trek, reviewing all of real Star Trek only 1966 through 2005, I should say. Only real Trek, starting season 4 of Star Trek The Next Generation tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time with my wonderful First Officer, Commander Briggs. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk, the wonderful Purple Valkyrie will be joining me. It's one of our favorite writers' birthday, the crazy loon, Mr. Alan Moore. And we'll talk about some Alan Moore stuff, you know, again, with the lovely and beautiful Purple Valkyrie. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, Sunday nights, my great buddy Mark D with the C, not to steal his thunder, I'll let him tell you a little bit more, but I also hang out with my good friend Mark D with the C late on Sunday Night Geekery. And then even though earlier than that, though, I may join my good buddy J-Man to talk Ghostbusters. So thank you for having me, brother.
The pleasure, as always, is mine, and I know I'll be seeing you again very soon, as we all do. It's kind of like
Yes,
it's
sir.
just kind of like what we do. It's what we do now at this point. It's part of the ritual. So
Absolutely, man.
thank you. Take care. Have a great weekend. In case
Thank
I
you,
don't
buddy.
talk to you. All right.
And happy Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you, because that's
Oh,
we won't have a GGG on Thanksgiving.
yeah. No, we're good, man. No, in case I don't, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to you, LT.
All right, buddy.
This is for you, my friend. Go ahead and plug whatever it is you want.
I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, Nick, for letting me be a part of this August panel here. The members that you had on tonight were just outstanding. It's great to be a part of this. Thank you to the chat. I love chatting with you all, whether I'm here on the panel or whether I'm one of you. It's always great to hear your comments and your feedback. That's what makes this worthwhile. So thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here, and I'm going to see you soon, I'm sure. Make sure you hit me up with a hail or an Avon Lives or a Long Live the Legion.
Yes, buddy.
Whatever it is, man, I love chatting with every single one of you. So thanks, everybody, and take care. Have a safe weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Ironcaster. Plug away, sir.
Hey, of course, I am Ironcaster, and I will sometimes talk about big robots. You can find me on my channel on Tuesdays, where we are doing the Gundam Roundtable, where we are going through the original 1979 anime, Mobile Suit Gundam, with such fine individuals as Chris and Jace from 540 Studios, Fenrir the Ice Wolf, who you can sometimes find here. And yeah, I'll be kind of playing throughout the week. Something, who knows, something involving robots or armor suits or anything of that sort. And guys, thank you so much for subscribing to me. I just hit 225 subscribers.
Nice.
man.
Awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations.
All right, dude. Badass, my friend. Hey, let's get you to 300, okay? Let's get
Crush
you
it.
there, all right?
230.
Sparta.
You'll get there, man. You'll get there. Just keep at it, all right? Thank you, Ironcaster. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll be privileged enough to see you next week, all right? In case I don't, have a great week and weekend, all right? And now for
If
Mr.
I don't, then happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. That's true. Happy Thanksgiving it is. Now, oh, look at that. You got a subscriber. Yeah, look at that. Make that 231. Now, my guy here, Pablo, who's been here since the start of the Comic Shop Talk, Have at it, sir.
Hey, what can I say? Just I want to get this out of my mind. They are doing an animation for Galaxy 4, one of the seasons, one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
arcs of the third season of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Well, just don't ruin it, please. Don't ruin it.
Mm.
Other than that, you can find me on my channel. I'm Geek Tropology. You can find me on the channel Geek Tropology on Midnight Edge Español. And if you want to hear a lot of stupid things on Twitter, so why not? Yeah, so thanks for having me, man. It's
Yeah.
always a pleasure being here, and I love it.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure having you, Pablo. And once again, as I've said to the other guys, have a great weekend. Have a great week. Guess I don't see ya. Have a great Thanksgiving. All right. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll see you next week as well. I'm sure I'll be lucky enough to where I get the privilege of speaking to one Pablo of Geek Tropology very soon.
Thanks, man.
And now, last but absolutely not least, the builder of things, the ultimate geek group, and the man now with
Damn
the
you.
actual one
Damn you.
Con.
right
Wrong
here.
movie.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
You need
thanks.
to get it making sounds.
He
There's
just
a
tried to
way
make me feel
to
guilty
actually
about not
with
getting it for him. Go ahead.
yeah, there's a small circuit that exactly there's a small circuit that you can set, and that will be beautiful.
Yeah,
Who you
definitely
gonna
need some.
call?
I agree. Yeah, I'll try to find. You can actually buy soundboards now that you can just record the
Yep.
sounds and like Pablo
Oh,
was
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
just plug them in. So yeah, I mean the lights are cool, and this is it's just a fun thing for the movie going experience too. Like you get there, and you're like, I got to
The
get
other one
one.
was Mr. Stay Puffed.
Mr. Yeah, we didn't have
Yeah,
Stay Puffs
Loki
in
got
this
that
theater.
one.
Loki got that. So when I went today, well, I'm gonna drop a video right after the show's over. When I'm ready to go on this. Just a quick first reaction. And the guy behind the counter is like, I'm like, oh, do you have any of the Ecto? I'm like, I see him. I'd like one. He's like, I'm like, can I buy two? He's like, yeah, you can buy two. And then I found out it was his first day. I should have gone back and bought a few more. They were sitting on the counter, but yeah, just I love doing toy videos, toy reviews, talking about Star Trek on Sunday night, Sunday Night Geekery, and and all kinds of topics on Sunday Night Geekery. And Clobbering Times is always there, which is great. And Nick and you guys all have an open invite anytime to hop in. And I'm trying to do some more short videos, tours from the attic, my toy collection, and enabling where I try to get you to spend money. So the cool stuff that I find on the internet. So yeah, just appreciate everyone, subscribing and everyone watching. And, this is a great, like someone said in the chat, it's like hanging out. I think it was D-Bud Martin, or was it D-Bud or Dark Shadow? Someone who said,
I think they both said it.
Both hanging out in the comic book shop. So, that's what I miss with my comic book shop closing.
Yeah.
So, and thank you to Clobbering Times for, offering to go get me one. He actually went to an AMC theater. He's a stand-up guy. So if you want that other one, I'll send that down to you instead of making a fortune off it on eBay.
Don't worry about it.
those bums are selling it. Bums are selling it for like $200, $300 on eBay. I mean,
God.
it's
Man,
ridiculous. I mean, it's
Hey,
just
go
it's
make
just
money on it,
crazy.
Tudor.
No, I'm going to send it to you, but it's I could see if you sold it like for $50 or $30, but I mean the thing costs $35 with the popcorn. So I mean, it's but people are gouging it right now. So if anyone who didn't get one, I'd say wait 6 months and the price will probably
And they
how
probably
things
don't
go
even
with
give you
it.
any
It'll drop.
popcorn with that $400 for the
Yeah, you don't get popcorn. Yeah. So thank you, Nick, and I look forward to being on with Toxic Tuesday. And this Thursday, depending on Thanksgiving, I may or may not be on the clubhouse, but yeah, look for us during the week. And thanks for watching, everyone.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Mark. And as I said, I know I'm repeating myself here, but have a great weekend. Have a great week. If I'm lucky, obviously I'll see you in a few days for Toxic Tuesday. It's be freaking phenomenal as per usual. And let's have a blast, my friend. All right, and even though I'm gonna see you in advance, I'm gonna still say it anyway. Have a great weekend. Have a great week.
You too.
Have a great Thanksgiving, and let's get toxic on Tuesday. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Let's see here. I've got a cereal review coming up of Apple Pie Toast Crunch. Keep your eyes and ears open for that. I'll also be reviewing the new Exodus album that came out today as well. Persona non grata, which I got in the mail. I listened to it online, but so it's one brutal album, and I love it, and I can't wait to review that sucker. It's got Blu-ray too. May I even talk about the Blu-ray as well? And of course, I got Toxic Tuesday. We'll be talking Top Gun, and then of course Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. We will be back here next week. And I yell at Park Cars with Comics Division and the boys there: Culture Casino, Sir Talks a Lot, Wes Moody, George the Giant Slayer. As always, thank you to the chat, to the panel. This has been fun as always. You guys have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thanksgiving. All of the above. We'll see you all next week. All right. I might head over to the cocktail lounge, maybe, but we'll see. But if not, in case I don't see you there. And yes, I will see you, JM. That's a promise. All right? You have my word on that. Guys, have a good night and good fight. Bar's closed, at least over here. Go head on over to another bar. This is your chance to go bar hopping. Goodbye, good night,